Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are here for week one of Doran's League, a brand new split with a lot of brand new teams and some familiar faces. I am joined on the desk today. I am Bexon, joined by Radicus and the Majesty, and we have Mayo on production today. And I think it's safe to say we are all super excited to see Doran's get underway. So, all right, y'all, how are you feeling? We got a brand new team and a semi-new team, but some returning favorites that went all the way to semifinals last split for Help Katie. But Help Katie versus Fart Esports, it seems like generally speaking, the crowd thinks Help Katie are the favorites. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I'd probably say yes. After playing them pretty extensively last season, I think that they're probably the favorites just from team chemistry as well as the experience. I don't think people realize how difficult it is playing officials. I think it's way different than solo queue, it's way different than flex, it's different than clash. Like everything is just different about it. So Help Katie not only being a strong team last season and arguably even better this season, um, I think it's going to be interesting to see what they've come up with, what they've cooked. But yeah, I mean, they just have to be the favorites because we don't know anything else about Fart Esports.
And what about you, Majesty? What are you thinking? Before we hit to
Yeah,
draft, I gotta know your thoughts.
I mean, help Katie here. Obviously, big favorites coming in. Captain Muldrifter in the jungle has been a top tier Doran's player for, I would guess, multiple splits at this point. But right as we jump into draft here, let's see what the teams are starting to cook here. So help Katie with the Fiddlesticks ban here from Fart Esports, taking that pocket pick away from the jungler over here, Dodo Bobby, and Fart Esports answering with the Jarvan ban of their own. Jarvan, obviously, staple pro play pick here, and something that kind of suits help Katie in this sense, just to try and kind of create the conditions that they want and help with that dive setup that they might want to remove here. The Zac ban in response, also banning out the dive, so looking to kind of remove some of these dive champions from both sides here. But the Shaco is an interesting ban. That's a pocket pick for sure.
So
Lots of
something,
jungle ban here. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead, Radicus.
no, I was just about to say. So something interesting about this is if you look at what I'm going to assume is going to be a sixth ban of sort of those dive champions that, uh, that he's talking about. This really opens up immobile 80 carries to be really dangerous. And I think it's actually beneficial for Help Katie to first pick one. I think Jinx is really good. I think Yunara is really good here to just first pick them. Maybe not Jinx so much as Twitch is in the pool. Oh, I hope we get to see a Twitch game. But Twitch is in the pool, which is like Jinx's number one counter. There's no dive, so Fart Esports could actually pick Twitch R1, R2 if they decide to go Jinx. I think if you pick anything other than an immobile hyper carry here, you're kind of new boot goofing. Like you need to pick some serious long range. Take it.
Older.
Close enough.
Pretty
Question mark?
close.
Close enough. Close
Immobile.
enough.
But the Ari ban here on 6, actually, another dive champ, but not necessarily directed towards the jungle. So I guess Fart Esports squeezed the pool as much as they wanted. And Lilia Karma instantly in answer. Karma has been a staple in pro play, but haven't really seen it paired with the Lilia. And after the Karma nerfs, I'm interested to see how this matchup will play out, as Smolder probably will do very well into Karma with his E, able to get the move speed away from the tether, but we'll see. The Pantheon in response, this is a fantastic pick into Lilia. With the point and click stun from the Pantheon W, able to just jump on the Lilia, shut down her ability to run around and poke a lot, sustain off of her passive, and obviously we'll probably be going Riftmaker this game, so really liking the Pantheon pick out here and really building a ability to have kind of like you were saying with an immobile carry, but in this case, I'm thinking of something. I was going to say Veigar, Jace, an immobile side laner that may be weaker on side, but with the Pantheon ult support from a global standpoint, they will have kind of that threat always on side lane and kind of free up these immobile carries a lot more.
I don't really like Pantheon with Veigar. I don't mean to cut you off like for a
You're
second
fine.
time, Bex.
You're fine.
I don't like Pantheon with Veigar. I think if you're picking Pantheon in the jungle, you want to get early prio. Smolder and Veigar don't really get prio for Pantheon. they kind of just want to exist in their lane and farm, and that is a pick that's pretty much going to give Lilia prio bot side just naturally how the champion works. So this Pantheon's early game pressure. Now, obviously, it is Muldrifter, who's disgusting, so like he could probably pull something out. But I think just if we're going based off draft and how champions work, you've picked an early game jungler who wants to have early prio and pressure, and then you've picked the entire bot side of the map, which is very passive and just wants to scale. So to me, this says that Help Katie is setting up for something, a top side, like we could see Renekton or something like that, where they're going to play on Pantheon's really good tower dive ability. Because I don't think Lilia can show up to a raw 2v2 if they have aggressive top lane jungle synergy as much as she could mid lane. Because Karma can still go mid and do fine against Smolder or Veigar. Because Veigar could go bottom, Smolder could go mid. They're still flexible in their lanes to a certain degree. And Karma can kind of do both. I mean, she's fine with both. So I'm curious to see what they decide to pick. Now, Bex, what was your point? I'm sorry I cut you off for the second time.
It's fine. We're kind of rolling right into it, right? Some top lane bans coming out here in round 2, as well as the Seraphine ban for Fart Esports. And I kind of agree with what you're saying. It's a very interesting kind of dynamic that they've picked here, but I mean, the unknowns for Help Katie are that bot lane. So it kind of makes sense that maybe we're going to put a little bit more focus on that mid and top lane synergy, especially kind of as you said, Muldrifter has a lot of power potential, was one of the top 3 in the last split, and definitely can carry. Thresh coming out here for Fart Esports, which does mean that that is a Karma mid, like you called it. Radicus here already proving some psychic potential on the desk.
The rat's whispering. Oh, it's on this side. The rat's whispering to me. What's up?
The rat is psychic. Maybe not Radicus, but the rat itself is psychic.
There's a reason Twitch hasn't been picked in this game, and that's because they're behind the desk helping out over there.
I was hiding.
So it is curious to me. I mean, this Tom Kench is probably just a counter pick to the Thresh, but I would actually like to see Renekton. I think B5 Renekton completely fine here. There's nothing that really deals with it because you don't want to play like a Quinn or something like that topside. Fart Esports has kind of drafted themselves into this hole of you're relying on Thresh Hook or essentially like Lilia Flash for engage, whereas Pantheon has the ulti, you can always Veigar cage, Tom Kench knock up. Like Help Katie has a much more defined draft. And one thing that is kind of interesting here as well is how they're going to be able to set up around the objectives. Whoever gets to the objective first can play on the Veigar wall. They can poke with the Mundo, Smolder. Caitlyn has to get there first to set up her traps. Lane priority is going to be a big deal, I think, this game.
Yeah, I think Help Katie has drafted themselves into a game where all of the onus is on Muldrifter here. With the Pantheon and 3 scaling champions as their laners, Pantheon has to do a lot of work here just in order to be able to survive in these conditions that have been created. Smolder, Veigar, Mundo, not known for their early game strength, so Pantheon kind of has to solo create opportunities here, and with the set coming through, this set is a monster pick into the Mundo, especially in the mid to late game when you can just flash ult a Mundo onto a Smolder. It will one-shot the Smolder. And if the Smolder survives that, then you have set W, you have Caitlyn traps, you have Thresh hooks. All these different pieces come together, and set ulting a tank like a Mundo or a Kench kind of creates that engage almost that Fart Esports are lacking here. So I do like this pick. And I think it kind of patches some of the holes that you were talking about in draft, Radicus, but you look a little confused. What are your...
Can you Tom Kench eat somebody mid-set ult to delay to nullify the damage?
I think
That's a
they
good
could...
question. I
think Tom Kench could ult the targets on the ground, but I don't think Tom Kench could ult the one getting ulted.
That makes sense.
Because I know you can ult Tom Kench ult them out of Yasuo ult, and they don't take the damage.
Yeah.
So it's technically just an airborne, right? I mean, wouldn't that...
I think it's a suppress. I think set ult counts as a suppress. But actually...
Because I don't think you can do it with public execution, can you? I think
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Out for science.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see because like you can technically QSS set ult, right? Like with McHale's or with QSS yourself, but you have to
Right.
flash out. So could the Tom Kench eat? What? You? Huh? I want to see it now. I want to see it.
And I
wanna see it.
wonder, in that instance, well, Mundo's passive is very good into settle. You
Yeah.
have to wait until you have to ER. You can't just flash ult on someone onto a Mundo, or else it'll do nothing. So,
Yeah.
I'm wondering what these are going to be some interesting interactions coming through here with
Oh, yeah.
CC immunity, a lot of CC, and the ability to cleanse CC, all kind of stirred together in this mixing pot to create whatever will happen in this draft here.
And it does sound like, as you both have said, that there is some science, a little bit of unsure exactly how some interactions are going to occur. Both teams, I think, have a lot of strong points, but also are very reliant on specific things happening, right? There's a little bit more easy CC coming out of the side of Fart Esports. Help Katie have a little bit more of a, not quite draft diffed themselves, but there seems to be a little bit of a tempo question for me specifically. But that being said, in Twitch, we have gotten word from production. It's time to put in the points. There's predictions that you can put some bits on the line. I think they're bits. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put your points on the line in Twitch chat. Who you think is going to points? Thank you. Come away with game 1 here. Make sure you do that here in the Twitch channel, and we'll see exactly who comes out on top. But we are going to go to a quick break while we wait for a spectator delay. Here's where our predictions are.
Vote, people. Get out.
See if
and
you
vote.
agree with us. And then we will see you on the flip side when we go to the Rift. So don't go anywhere. Game 1 of Doran's Week 1 is right around the corner. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here for week 1 of Doran's League, game 1, first of the season. Help Katie versus Fart Esports. Ignore what the screen at the top says. It looks like we're getting some action here early into the game. This never happens with the updates. I'm so excited. Award!
Wait.
Yay!
I have been so focused on work and everything. I didn't even realize that Help Katie changed part of their bot lane. Or actually, is that a brand new bot lane for them?
It is a brand new bot lane for them, correct?
But why? I thought Help Katie's bot lane was really good. Like after playing them, I thought they were good.
I thought they may have leveled up into the new division.
Well, no, I meant,
meanwhile, for Fart Esports,
yeah, sorry.
Coke Monkey, personal favorite of mine. I'm very excited to see them back. And some interesting new players here for Fart Esports. We haven't been updated. Now Help Katie versus Fart Esports. But yeah, I'm so excited. That Smolder skin makes me deeply uncomfortable, but we got Business Mundo, so everything's fine. Thank you for the zoom, Mayo.
Reindeer Smolder certainly is one of the league skins of all time.
True.
Definitely.
God, it's hideous. I don't like it.
I hate Reindeer, but as we see the early game shaping up here, the junglers deciding to path opposite ways, meaning uncontested scuttle crabs for them, but Muldrifter here pathing bot towards their Smolder Tom Kench lane and potentially hoping that if the Caitlyn and Thresh maintain their prio in this lane and keep the Smolder lane pushed in, perhaps Muldrifter could look for some shenanigans around bot side, look for potentially an early gank that could get this Smolder into a space where they can actually lane into the Caitlyn, which is normally a very tough matchup, but lots of trading coming through here in the mid lane. 36 sweaters, utilizing the early power of the Karma into the Veigar and draining Twinkie's mana pool here. And as we see these lanes shape up here, what's happening is happening, and this is about what we expected. Every single lane for Fart Esports has prio currently. Bot lane was pushing until they allowed the bounce to come through. Don't Rage GG over here on the set, pushing the Mundo in and allowing their bounce to come through as well. And a similar situation happening across the map for Fart Esports, giving Muldrifter here no lanes to gank as they come out of that 250 or the 3-minute timer for the clear for the Pantheon, and Dodo Bobby as well on the Lilia, finishing up their clears around the same time. Interested to see if the junglers can make any magic happen, but Muldrifter walking over the ward there will be spotted. No opportunities here. And as Dodo Bobby invades, placing a ward down on the Gromp, getting some early jungle tracking going, and as these lanes shape up early, all these states look good for Fart Esports, but a small gank here. Dodo Bobby looking around, but Tempo Melon wise to it with that ward. And as these lanes shape up and continue to develop over the course of the game, especially in early laning phase, this setup that Fart Esports have gone for will benefit them entirely in the early game, with most of their lanes, if not all their lanes, having prio most of the time around these objective timers. So hoping that Dodo Bobby can use their lane prio in order to create something.
Ooh, play
Yeah,
topside.
this
This is good.
Yeah, Muldrifter is here. Can they manage to get a gank? Tempo Melon is here. They don't rage. Did not know. Flash comes out. Muldrifter here coming in clutch. Oh, Don't Rage is trying to get away unscathed, but it's not going to be enough. Muldrifter picking up first blood here 4 minutes into the game. Nice hook by Coke Monkey on the bot side, hitting the Tom Kench. I don't think that much is going to be able to come of it, though. The Thresh gets away just fine.
So 2 key points, right? We talked about, I thought they were going to set up a 1-2 combo with Pantheon in the top side, and that is actually where Muldrifter decides to go for his first gank of the game. But the interesting thing is that Caitlyn is actually down CS against the Smolder. If you're picking Caitlyn Thresh, like, you should have constant prio, getting chip damage. Like, whenever I play Caitlyn, and I hate using myself as an example because I'm a bad player, but whenever I play Caitlyn, like, the idea is gain a lead, take your tower early, rotate the Caitlyn mid, and keep snowballing. If you're down CS and you are forced to take the back first, it's tough. It's really tough, because the Smolder is eventually going to outscale you, right? And is eventually going to kill set actually the rest of your team before you kill Mundo, Pantheon, Tom Kench. Like, Mundo by himself this game is going to just run around and do whatever, whatever Tempo Melon wants. Like, she's just going to start smacking people over the face with briefcases at some point. And, I don't think that's going to feel very good as a Caitlyn.
Yeah, Mundo goes where he pleases, and Tempo Melon will be
true.
going where she pleases. So I don't really see. I think the only tools they have are, like I mentioned earlier in the draft, the set ult if they can take this Mundo passive off. And Lilia can be quite an annoying champ, able to sidestep a lot of the Qs, out-sustain Mundo's damage. But unless certain conditions can be met, i.e. having a backline, that kind of doesn't matter. Because Mundo will walk past the Lilia and past the set and one-shot 36 sweaters, or at the very least chunk them out significantly, and just kind of create a state where Lavender will have all the space that they want in order to just throw Q after Q after Q, with the true damage burning over time.
I was going to say, that's one thing we didn't really talk about. Yes, both teams kind of have like weird engages, but if you want to look at who wins the sustained fights, there is not a lot of beef on the side of Fart Esports. Like, they kind of only have Set as their main tank. And technically HK has put them on a timer. Veigar, super scary. Smolder, obviously super scary. Mundo, super scary late game. The onus is on Fart Esports to generate an early game lead. Because if they don't, the clock is ticking.
Yeah, even with a pick like the Pantheon. Early game pick, but potential trading up here.
Oh, Grand Starfall comes in yet again in the top side. Don't Rage GG is just caught out. Muldrifter picking up another kill on the top side, setting up Tempo Melon with some good tempo. Pun intended. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah, Radicus, you were exactly right. This top lane 2v1 here. Muldrifter can put up a tent and call it home, because they are not going to be leaving the Set alone. And just since Set is the only frontline, like you mentioned, I mean, removing them from the game as an equation is perfect for what HK want to create here. If they want space for their Veigar and their Smolder, why not just take the Set out of the game, make them useless? But Coke Monkey looking for a hook here. Even though they are down a level, just hitting level 6 now. If that hook had come through, the conditions could have not been the greatest for Coke Monkey, but Lavender and No Hablo able to sidestep away here.
I almost wish that the teams would have traded junglers. I wish Pantheon would have been on the other team, and I wish that HK would have had the Lilia, who has the faster clear, can kind of pressure these other lanes, because if you have Pantheon, Caitlyn, Thresh, you can dive towers bottom and enable your Caitlyn so much better than Lilia, who is, I mean, she's getting objectives, right? The Lilia is getting objectives, but...
Oh. Speaking of, Dodo Bobby, Swirling Seed does hit onto Tempo Melon. Mundo goes where they pleases, but might not be enough burn damage coming in from the Lilia. I believe she took a tower shot there for a hot minute. That's just gonna be okay. Mundo can get away with it. It's all good.
Yeah, Mundo just kind of walks it off.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, if that's a Pantheon coming in, you can at least slow them down. Hopefully Set can get in range, but now you showed yourself. The bot lane has no fear of a dive coming, and actually gives
Hook landed onto Smolder. Duckman used the net. Might be a little bit ahead of time. Nova goes in, but Muldrifter is here. I don't think they're going to want to tower dive, though. They don't quite have enough dive, and the wave's not in the best position, but it does look like they may force it back here.
Yeah, I would...
That's a fantastic note from production. We have heard that both junglers are Lilia mains, and I do think that that's quite wonderful.
Yeah.
So they
I would
pick away from Muldrifter as well as, pick for Dodo here.
I personally hate Lilia. That champion.
Lilia, speaking of, coming to the bot side, manages to land the Drowsy on top of Tom Kench. Mob comes in. Is it going to be enough damage to keep them alive? The Tom Kench is stuck in the box. Coke Monkey gets the kill onto the enemy support. Lavender here, ace in the hole hits, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. The Lavender will have to leave. Nice pressure from the Lilia. Fantastic gank.
unfortunately, that is the last person you want to see the kill going on to. Coke Monkey on the Thresh, picking up the kill. They gained themselves a significant gold lead over the Tom Kench, but at this point, the only target you wanted that gold on was Duckman54 on this Caitlyn.
Absolutely.
Grand Starfall comes in.
Stopped.
36 Sweaters already knew it was going to happen. Oh, the flash from Moldrifter, though, to get the stun on the 36 Sweaters. Karma's trying to get away. It's going to be enough. Manages to land the root onto the Pantheon. Twinkie is here as well. Oh, managed to get the cage down. The stun comes in. Karma is dead. The rest of the team is here, but it's not going to be enough. They are trying to get maybe 1-for-1 here. The hook does not land. And it is, in fact, a 1-for-0. A pickup there by Twinkie.
Yeah, Twinkie able to get just in range with the red buff slow from the Pantheon, making the Karma unable to move just enough. But you know it's a sad state of affairs when the Smolder Tom Kench has taken more plays in 11 minutes than the Caitlyn's.
What I'm saying. Like, it's already looking rough for Fart Esports. But one thing I wanted to say was, like, I actually don't think that that's a bad play from 36 Sweaters to try to pressure that lane on like a bad timing from Twinkie. I think they're starting to go for like kind of, I don't want to say desperation because it's 11 minutes in the game. There's nothing desperate about this, but it is kind of starting to feel that way because the team that's supposed to outscale you has a lead. Like you're not supposed to have this big of a lead against this lineup. Like you should, in theory, have way more plates than they do, both top and bottom. But you know, it's a struggle. And like you can, oh my, look at this top side. Holy moly!
Yeah, the top laner and the ADC for HK both finishing their lane quest at the same time. And I mean, you can just see Tempo Melon up a level, and with this gold lead that the Smolder has extended here, Lavender up around 200.
Oh, the Drowsy lands. So, Vigard did have the flash, did manage to get the cage down and gave them a little bit of safety. Lots of damage coming in from Karma, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. But that does mean that Dodo Bobby has their ultimate used for the next little while, which is one of their biggest engage tools. So while there's no objectives up, it is something to consider. Or the side of HK.
I think 36 Sweaters.
Oh, yeah, that's such a scary Karma. Oh, Twinkie! Wow. Oh, walks directly into the Karma mantra Q, essentially. And they were not able to get away. Kill pickup there for the mid laner of Fart Esports.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, I think 36 Sweaters should play a bit more aggressive. And then, yeah, they were just like, I'm waiting for my mantra Q. Back off, Radicus. I know what I'm doing. It's like, all right, fair enough. Like, sorry. You know you're champion. Sorry.
I have heard that they are a Karma main. So, yeah. I'm excited to see more of that. That was really... that was spooky.
Certainly is a champion that can reflex to the mid lane. That looked very fun for Twinkie to deal with here.
The problem with Karma mid is just that she falls off so hard. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off right there. Like, she just falls off so hard in comparison to other mid laners. Like, you could theoretically be doing the same thing with Orianna or Syndra, right? And both champions were available in the pool. And if I remember correctly, they're still good, aren't they?
Yes. Orianna is
really pretty
fantastic
nice
right now on this.
Yeah.
Stage.
Like, isn't this a good Orianna game? You have a short-range mage, you have no real escape on any champion, can go for the burn build. Like, I think it would have been a better choice overall, but hey, maybe 36 Sweaters pops off on the Karma and I look like a fool. You know, you never really know these days with these crazy mid-lane kids.
The game is far from over, and it is game 1 of week 1, so maybe they don't want to let all their secrets out yet, you know?
Yeah, information could definitely play a big part.
No, you are right, and that is a, you know, but it's like, I feel like you don't show anything by picking Orianna. You know what I mean? Like, everybody who's a mid laner should be able to play this champion.
I do like the zoom in on Coke Monkey there. All 36 Sweaters might have caught out Moldrifter here. Maybe in a bit of trouble, has a flash in her tower. Twinkie is here. It might not be enough. The Drowsy comes in, does manage to land onto the Pantheon. The burn is here as well. Oh, but I swear.
Andrew's ticking.
There it goes. Dodo Bobby picking up a kill there onto Moldrifter. Well played.
But
What is happening here?
Meanwhile,
Tempo
moving on
Melon's
the
gonna
top
solo kill
side,
on rage.
the flash is not going to be enough. Set goes down, and a 1v1 on top side after Tempo Melon picking up the tower there. If we could zoom out a little bit, that'd be great. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mayo.
I would like to
Because
point
I
out
could
that
see.
Tempo Melon
Fantastic
there,
hook on the Lavender. Had to
Fantastic
cast cleanse. Yeah, to get out of that. That was a little bit dangerous. The trap there, as you can see, was in just the right position to really cause a lot
I'd
of
like
hurt.
to point out that solo kill was a purple belt Doran's Helm Mundo solo killing a Blade of the Ruined King set.
No, they didn't have their Borg.
They didn't have
finished.
Bork? Okay.
Yeah,
that
they
makes
didn't
a lot
have
more
Borg
sense.
finished. But even so, Rito, please. Like, Mundo
Yeah.
has been so strong. Like, okay, during our season last season, we would first pick this champion because even the counters into it don't even feel that good. Like, you're like accepting that the Mundo's going to scale and you deal with it some other way. You almost like I don't really know how to put that. It's like you still feel bad playing against Mundo.
Yeah.
Replay here
Mundo
of exactly what happened.
Yeah, so we see, I mean, Tempo Melon just going where she pleases, pops the ultimate dosage, or the maximum dosage, hits the tower, and then clicks their ghost button. And suddenly Don't Rage cannot play the game. Instantly. Hit with the briefcase, but a fight
Directly
here
into a
on the
fight.
bot side.
Oh, Moldrifter has been caught out onto the bot side. Mum comes in. Oh, the Devour from No Oblo saves Moldrifter's skin there. Fantastic ultimate use by the support of HK, managing to get their jungle out of what was truly a dire situation. But it looks like they're wanting more here. Some nice words, a little bit deep. No Oblo here, trying to make sure that there's a little bit of space. Coke Monkey lands a nice hook onto the Tom Kench, I think just for funsies. TP in from Tempo Melon. And it does look like everyone is trying to get back here. Moldrifter obviously had to back a little bit because they were low on health. TP from
two
Twinkie
TPs.
into the mid.
This is two
I think
teams
about-
suspended for this.
Two TP, yeah. Oh, 36 sweaters just hit so hard, even if you're Tom Kench. Tempo Melon trying to keep them out of this banana bush here. Looks like a fight over Dragon. Fantastic. Oh, the Drowsy lands onto two. It's on. Coke Monkey lands on the Smolder. Smolder barely gets away. The box comes in, but is it going to be enough? Twinkie gets a kill onto the Caitlyn. Meanwhile, Lilia takes the ride from the Lantern to get out of there. A little bit of a messy fight, though. Karma also died, or sorry, Karma did not die in the skirmish, but the Caitlyn did. It is a 1-for-0 here. Another bowling ball. But it does look like they're going to get the Dragon for what was an incredibly messy fight. Honestly, for both sides, Far Esports really just could not manage to get the kill. Smolder was trapped, but managed to get away A-okay.
It was so
that
weird.
That was hard to watch.
Well, yeah, it's so weird. Like, you don't have TP on your set, and you're still committing, like, Flash, and you're going ham for a fight that they committed both TPs for. I feel like you just accept that they committed 2 long cooldowns to take the Dragon, and you take the Herald trade, and you just let your set farm up in the side lane. I think there are certain times where I think teams like struggle.
Thank you
to
for the
just
replay, because
get
I got to
things.
see this again.
Yeah, so here we see Tempo Melon goes on to Duckman, but Duckman flashes forwards into the Veigar cage and is just one shot. The Mundo just takes 0 damage at all and kind of walks down the Caitlyn with really no counterplay in sight. I mean, maybe I need a prescription, maybe I need some eyeglasses, but truly I did not see Caitlyn's other option other than flashing away there. But the flash forward employed there means that they have given themselves no option of getting out, and now Duckman54 taken down here.
A Grand Starfall here with Tempo Melon in the mid lane. Twinkie is here. Hook lands onto Moldrifter. Moldrifter taking a lot of damage. Is able to get out okay. But the box used there as well in the mid lane to make sure there's a little bit of space. Lavender here with Noblo against this Caitlyn on the bot side. Trying to get that tower. Doesn't quite get it. But interesting attempt at a gank there mid lane. Didn't quite get away with it. Lots of ultimate abilities used. But that fight was just so chaotic. I'm still trying to process exactly what happened. Mundo was attempting and did a very good job being a little bit of a body block right there for the Lilia, who managed to land the Drowsy onto 2 members of HK. But I feel like Fart are really trying to find their. I laugh every time I say that. Fart Esports are really trying to find an inroad in some of these fights, but they just can't quite make the fight fully work in their favor. They can find some good initial engages, but they're really struggling ending the fight into their favor.
Yeah, I think a slight overplay there in the mid lane from Muldrifter, but 158 in 20 minutes for the Smolder. Thank you, Mayo, for that check. But I honestly don't see how this comp from Party Sports is ever killing them.
Oh man, the Drowsy here landing onto Smolder on the backside, manages to call Mom before they take a nap. Dodo Bobby takes the Lantern to try and get away to safety. And once again, disengage both teams. Not a lot happening. Very low kill game for how much fighting has been happening, I feel like.
Lanterns save lives.
Something else that's interesting that we haven't talked about at all. Veigar has gone for like the I'm going to press all my buttons and people are going to die build. They aren't going for like a kind of like tier rod build where you're kind of playing on your stacks. They're like, no, I press button, they fall down.
Yeah, I mean, if
Smolder.
They're not able to play the game.
Mundo picking up a second tower on the top side. Wanted to 1v1 Don't Rage, but I think they let them live. Meanwhile, we've got Lilia and Karma here trying to help make sure Set doesn't get super pressured by Tempo Melon in the top lane. But I think Mundo's just going to walk away from this. They've got business to handle.
Yeah, Mundo headed back to the office here. But I think Twinkie has opted for this style, like you said, away from what I like to call biblically accurate Veigar, which is just can tank, can do damage, has infinite mana, infinitely scales, just is kind of unstoppable. Into this, yeah, I'm going to click E, and you touch the edge of my cage at all, you no longer exist on the Summoner's Rift. You will be wiped from the face of existence, and we'll have to reconcile that fact back in your fountain, because with Storm Raiders Ludens, or Storm Surge Ludens, that's not going to be a lot of counterpoint there for something like
Tempo Melon literally is just walking in here. Meanwhile, on the backside, 36 Sweaters did find Lavender. Smolder is able to get out. Okay, Muldrifter trying to chase the Karma. Nothing's going to happen. Oh, the Drowsy does land onto them, though, but the Baby Cage comes down, keeping Coke Monkey a little bit engaged. Yet another Swirling Seed there, landing on Tempo Melon, who, might I add, did walk directly into the enemy team with literally no fear. Kind of envious of that. Dodo Bobby trying to do a little bit of poke damage here. They're definitely fighting.
You have to get this dragon. You cannot fight this. Just give it up. Go push your lanes. Because, like, HK is still zoning them from the dragon while getting mid-tempo. Or mid-prio, I mean. So now they're trying to start the dragon while their mid and bot have left. Guys? Uh-oh.
I think they're just going to give it over to Fart Esports. Meanwhile, they're pushing mid lane. They're just pushing mid lane instead. They're going to give that over to Fart Esports. To be fair, Muldrifter did have to back, as did Smoldrifter. Oh my lord. Smolder had to back as well. I'm so sorry, Lavender. Had to do a back. I can't read and also speak at the same time, apparently. It's illegal. But yeah, they just gave over that dragon.
But it's completely fine for Muldrifter to base there because they have the Grand Starfall. Like, you can just hold the area with your champions. Like, you still have Cage, you still have Mundo, you still have Smolder. Like, it's 100% okay to just push mid lane, make somebody go catch the wave to get prio and reset up in the area. Because with Veigar's build, like Twinkie, she presses her buttons, people just explode. I'm pretty sure she blue screens her PCs. Like, like nobody on this team lives against that. There's just no way. I don't know. I guess, like, I'm frustrated because that is a dragon that Fart Esports 100% should have, HK should have had. But I guess if you're going to outscale anyways, take no risk. They're doing like the 2020 TL strategy of we can't lose if we don't throw.
2020 TL, certainly one of the League of Legends teams that I've seen.
One of the League of Legends teams of all time.
But guys, if we don't throw, we won't lose.
Well, it does mean they have a fitting variable for Baron.
I don't know if that's the correct decision from HK, though. They've given up Cloud Soul Point to a team with a Lilia.
That's what I'm saying.
My instinct is to say that that's a bad idea.
I agree. Well, okay,
Not
it would have
sure.
been one thing if they had like lost.
Oh, Tempo Melon may be in a bit of trouble. Dodo Bobby and Don't Rage here on the hunt. Did pop the ghost. Is walking back at them with absolutely no fear. The rest of the team is here as well. Oh, there's an engage here. The Drowsy has hit. Grand Starfall has come in. Don't Rage is in between Moldrifter and Tempo Melon. Oh, but Dodo Bobby taking so much damage. Mob comes in. The Showstopper puts Don't Rage into the middle of the enemy team. And Lavender picks up a kill. Incredible. Twinkie is here. There was a TP, I believe, here used to get them to this side of the map. HK coming out on top with yet again a chaotic fight. Poor Don't Rage show-stopping directly into the middle of HK. Did not spell victory for them. It did in fact show-stop their performance. Dodo Bobby is here. Fantastic click there onto Moldrifter. Vigar getting a little bit of space here with Baby Cage, keeping members of Far Esports in their own jungle. Moldrifter has started Baron. And they do know the damage from the Karma is just so incredible. 36 sweaters is just monstrous. It means HK cannot push into the Baron pit. There's nothing they can really do, which might mean that Far Esports have a chance here to push them out completely and potentially pick up this Baron. Moldrifter has backed. They haven't started it. Both teams kind of playing for a little bit of space here. The TP has come in for the side of Far Esports. Don't Rage is back around the pit. Twinkie has backed. It looks like we're going to dissolve it. But what an incredibly, yet again, another chaotic fight here. It just seems like there's just so much happening, and yet also nothing's happening. Looks like Mayo's taking us into a replay. Thank goodness, because I definitely need to see that again.
Yeah, and even though Mundo doesn't have their level 16 power spike here, they just don't take damage. Walking them down. Going back to live, there's a fight breaking out here.
Fight breaking out here. Moldrifter is here. They're chasing this Karma. Oh, the flash! Manages to miss it. Twinkie here trying to... Oh, Twinkie managed to get the kill on a 36 sweaters despite... It looked like 36 sweaters was about to get away with it, but they managed to pick up the kill on the Karma, which means they have the ability to push a little bit more into this pit. They have no fear. They are in the Baron pit. Duckman and Coke Monkey are pushing mid, and it does look like they're going to get this Baron for free. They know they're doing it. Dodo Bobby picking up tier 1 here in the bot lane. Tempo Melon might want to pick up a kill here. Yep, yeah. Coke Monkey and Duckman leaving. They know the Mundo's on their way.
Ew, the side lane, like, assignments were just ew. I just mean, like, you have Karma and Set in the same lane. Like, if you're gonna try to just catch back up and give Baron, just send the Set or the Karma bottom. Like, there's no reason to have your jungler.
Oh, Grand Starfall Dodo Bobby might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, they get caught in the middle of a Baby Cage. The Drowsy comes out, but it's not going to be enough, even with a nap, to save them. Moldrifter coming in with another kill here onto the Lilia.
Yeah, I mean, Karma try not to get vaporized past 20 minutes challenge. I mean, they're 1 second away the next, and the same thing just happened to Dodo Bobby. The bulk from Far Esports is essentially non-existent, and when you compare it to the Tom Kench and the Dr. Mundo at 3 items for the side of HK, Far Esports are quickly, very, very quickly running out of options. 225 crested for Smolder. Yeah, Far Esports have to win in the next 3 minutes, and if they don't, I think that we can call that outscaled.
No,
correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear that it is in fact Smoldering time? Did I hear that correctly? It's Smoldering time. Let's go. We've got the Baron. We have the Dragon. All of the keys are in HK's hand. Can they actually manage to win the game, though? We have seen stranger things happen. Never say never.
Yeah.
But man, Far Esports really have to find a way in. Yeah. Sorry, Majesty. Continue.
You're good. Yeah, Smolder here has assembled the Infinity Stones, call him Thanos at this point. But there is one small hope for Far Esports, and that is a Dodo Bobby landing a flash Q onto at least 4 members, if not all 5. But we pray that another 9-man sleep does not get recreated before our eyes, because if something like that happens, that would be fatal for Far Esports at this point in the game. They would have no recourse.
But Dodo Bobby on the backside
flashing
only gets the sleep on the Moldrifter there. Takes the Lantern to try to get away. And it's going to be a little bit of a nothing burger there, though. It's a fantastic attempt there by the Lilia. Didn't quite land the sleep, though. Moldrifter definitely taking one for the team.
Yeah, and Moldrifter has GA, so now you have no Lilia ult, no Lilia flash before, like, Barons in 3 minutes, Dragons in 3 minutes. The flash is not going to be up before those. And now you have no Lilia flash ult, and you are attempting it on a Guardian's Angel Pantheon, and no one else. So I normally like to trust the decision of the player and see what they were going for, but Dodo Bobby, that may not have been the greatest play I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Moldrifter is back immediately with the Grand Starfall to the mid lane. Honestly, what an aura move. Love to see that. Because they are pushing here.
I always like to give players the benefit of the doubt because sometimes it's not their call to go and do things. Like, we don't know what the comms sound like. You know, they could be like, oh, they're out of position, go, 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 and then it's like a forced play.
The Abyssal Dive here. They're wanting onto top of Don't Rage, and the stun lands onto Dodo Bobby. Mom comes in with a bit of damage. A showstopper. Will it be enough? I don't think it's going to be, even with the punch. Moldrifter picks up a kill there onto Thresh. Has to resurrect. Lavender picking up the kill in a set, and it's just an absolutely abysmal time for Fart Esports. There's a flash under tower. Twinkie has a thirst for blood. Dodo Bobby barely getting away with their life, and that's tier 3 in the bot side. That's an inhib and a TP. This might be it. This might be game 1.
Yeah, and you see
it's
that
up to
the
Lilia.
exact moment illustrated before our eyes where Fart Esports was outscaled. The minute that they couldn't kill anybody on the side of HK, and that will be a 30-minute game for the side of HK, taking game 1 here in week 1 of Risen. But honestly, seeing these stats, disgusting amounts of damage from the, by the way, full tank Mundo, fully out-damaging the Smolder and the Veigar combined. So thank you Riot Games for blessing me with this amazing.
Temple Melon better than Clarkles confirmed.
I do want to point out before we take a quick break, huge props though to the Lilia and to the Karma on Dodo Bobby and 36 Sweaters, respectively, with some really nice damage numbers. And despite not being able to really pull out a win for the team, they both provided a lot of things that the enemy team had to think about. HK could not walk into some of those, willy-nilly because of the amount of damage coming out of both of them. So really well done for game 1. Any last thoughts before we toss it to break, before we get ready for drafted game 2?
Well, I'd like to point out the CS per minute of the Lilia. Oh dear lord, how did they manage to be second highest gold per minute in the lobby?
That is a lot of gold.
Yeah, I did a double take when I happened to see the scoreboard earlier in the game when Pantheon had 200 CS and Lilia had crested 290. So that was certainly a sight to behold. Lilia, I believe, was double camping the entire game. So it just goes to show you how broken that tech is. But yeah, I mean, after seeing this game, I am a full believer in the pick scaling win game mentality. But Radicus, do you have anything that you'd like to add here?
Reset. If you're Fart Esports, reset. You learned a lot about how they play. You learned a lot about how they think in terms of the draft. Just reset your mental, go back in with the next plan, and remember that this is just one series and it doesn't really matter. Like, one series is not the end of the world. One game is not the end of the world. I'm sure emotions were high, so maybe try to calm those emotions and have a much clearer plan going forward, I think.
Absolutely. I think those are great words of wisdom. We will take a short break while we get ready for draft for game 2. Don't go anywhere. Doran's has just begun.
Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the fun? Can we bring to fall the giants? 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 We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last light.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're getting ready for game 2 of Doran's week 1. And while Radicus is divining the secrets of the universe via said rat, I think I want to take a moment and just say, Majesty, what are you hoping to see in game 2 from Fart Esports? What do you need to see from them to really come back strong here in game 2?
Well, I think that a big weakness, I think Radicus brought it up earlier, their lane assignments in the mid game could be framed more towards supporting the laners that need to get gold into them. So kind of diverting their gold income into their carries and focusing on that. But as we get into draft here, I really want to see them connect more as a jungle support duo and link up, create plays, because I didn't really see that as much from the Lilia Thresh. So I know that Fart Esports can create this kind of play, and they have the capacity to link their jungle support and move around the map making plays, and that's the type of adaptation I would want to see.
Absolutely. And Radicus, have you divined anything yet? Do we have any insight into what game 2 will hold for us?
Yes, as I just realized that I played in a scrim versus them. I just realized this. So I actually have played against this team, and they're surprisingly innovative, and I don't think that they're stubborn. So I think that they are gonna like take whatever lessons that they may have learned, whether it's from the series or game one, and they're gonna apply them to game two. I think I would like to see them pick a more defined composition. I think you have to pick something. Hey, this is our strategy. Maybe it's not as simple as like everybody press your buttons, but it might be something like, hey, we're playing Juggernaut because a Juggernaut comp is super easy to identify the win condition. I think in their game one, it was really hard to identify their win condition. Like, was it Set getting a lead? Was it Caitlyn Thresh? Was it Karma? Like, I just don't feel like those pieces fit together very well. I think in this specific game, Fart Esports, if they can come out with a more definitive draft strategy or composition, I think that they'll have much more success. Because I don't think their actual mechanics were bad. I don't think that at all. I think that was just like a honestly, maybe even a draft div.
Well, we're starting off strong with
What am
Orn
I
in the top
looking
lane
at?
here for
Is that an
HK.
Orn?
That's an Orn. That's a. I'm
On
hoping a
first pick.
train Orn. And
Yorick. Oh,
Yorick
God.
comes for Far East. I'm so excited for top lane.
Oh,
Wait. I have just been
Orn
informed
into
this could be a
Yorick.
Yorick jungle.
Oh, true. I do.
It
I
could be
forget that
Yorick
every
jungle.
time. I just like the idea of two juggernauts fighting in the top lane is just so fun that I kind of forget that Yorick can go elsewhere. So I personally am hoping for Yorick top lane, but that's just a selfish indulgence more than anything.
I don't think that you would want to put Yorick top lane against a team that has showed that they want to camp the top lane, because Ornn can set up for ganks so easily. Like right now, you can just slam a Vi. It's great versus both these champions. And it can play to the top side. The brittle damage plus the minus armor from Vi makes Yorick's life pretty sad.
Very sad.
Yeah,
Ash here picked up as well for Vard Esports. Sorry to cut you off, Majesty.
You're good.
We're seeing a little peek into the bot lane.
Yeah, and the Seraphine getting taken away immediately. They're not letting them have that power pick. So, but the issue that I have here, Yorick Ornn, if somehow, some way, Fart Esports can deny a jungler that has the ability to move top, like a Vi, Jarvan's already banned, one of these like long range engage junglers, the Yorick, if it goes top into the Ornn, will slam Ornn in a 1v1. There is not much Ornn can do. She will be poked out. She will be hit with ghouls over and over. And the brand coming through.
Brand.
I love brand. That, in my opinion, is most likely brand jungle, or it will be some bullshit Seraphine brand bot lane. I hate it already. But if it's brand jungle, this is a champion I enjoy playing in the jungle. Very fun. There's a lot of counterplay when you build Rylai's and click ult on enemy AD carry. But the Malphite in response, some great engage here. Really good adaptation from Fart Esports. Their previous comp did lack some engage, and seeing the Malphite just able to click Unstoppable Force, go rock solid, and kind of turn off moving for the squishy backline of Help Katie here. And two immobile carries locked in so far, Seraphine and Brand. Really great pickup here for the side of Fart Esports.
It does feel like they have listened to your plea, Radicus, to learn some maybe different ways about trying to be on the Rift, especially together. We do see some synergy out of Fart Esports so far that I am really liking. Meanwhile, Help Katie side, I'm a little nervous because, like you said, Maggie, that's two very squishy, potentially APC kind of vibe. I'm assuming that's a Seraphine support. It doesn't have to be, and maybe a Brand Jungle. But again, a lot of AP damage and pretty squishy. Meanwhile, you got some big rock guys on Fart Esports.
I actually think Fart Esports should have picked Mel third and just played it support and play off of the reflection, because you have so many things that they want to stack on you in the fight that you can just reflect Ornn ult, Seraphine ult, Brand passives, or Brand AoE stuff. Like, I actually think that Mel Ash bottom gives you a lot of poke, number one. It also gives you follow-up setup for the Ash arrow that you can fire. You don't have to worry about hitting long-range arrows anymore. You can hit short-range arrows, follow it up with the root. I think it's a pretty decent combo, especially against these two that are kind of squishy, so Mel's execute is always like a threat in the lane. I think it would have been a better pickup. They decide not to ban it. You could pick it up R4 right here, and it's completely fine.
Yeah, Brahma Alistair banned away from Help
Yeah.
Katie. Senna instead looks like it is going to be picked up here for Vardy Esports.
I guess they're going for
Meanwhile, our
the sustain.
production is having a bit of a crisis, it sounds like, with the picks for this team. Sivir here. Hovered. Has an interesting pickup for Help Katie.
Sivir into Malphite though.
It's
we've
not
been-
bad.
Eh,
It's not bad.
yeah, it could be worse. I've seen worse.
Well, the reason I say it's not bad is because all of their initial engage is so predictable that spell shielding it really isn't that hard. It also gives you a champion that can sit mid and wave clear forever, and it allows the brand to be moving to the objectives. Not to mention, Sivir can kill tanks very efficiently with her current build orders. And is that a Space Dragon? Yes.
Oh my gosh. Help
Every
KD.
time
Ah,
they pick one champion, and I'm just like, what? I don't remember the last time I've seen an Aurelion Soul in a game
All
that I
of
got
these
to
champions, all of these champions from HK, it's like good, 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 good. What the? All right, cool. I'm down with that
All right.
because if
Space
you
Dragon.
think about it, this also gives them a champion that can survive in the side lanes. And that is something that I think is scary for any other champion on the team because, like, Ornn can do it, kind of,
oh,
And-
Anivia.
and Aurelion Sol can now do it. So you have side laners that can actually pressure the side lane. So it makes perfect sense to me. But it's just, you just like Beck said, right? You just never see this, the Space Dragon and the Anivia. Majesty, I'll let you talk about that because you seem super, super happy about it.
Yeah, I love Anivia. I think this champ is so cool, even though it came out a couple years ago. But
I think this champion came out
I
before
really
you
like
were born.
Anivia. I think just after, maybe like a year or two.
All right. Some of us
But-
are old, okay?
Back in
But
my
I-
day, she used to look a whole lot worse than that. She used to be two sprites on the screen.
Yeah, Fard Esports drafting the, I like to call it the Unk comp with Ashe, Malphite, and Anivia. These are all, these are all
You
old
are banned.
champions.
You are banned. Oh,
No,
crime.
I think that also something that like we haven't really talked about is Anivia solves the wave clear mid issue because now Anivia can just sit mid, press R, Sivir. They're just going to be trading waves back and forth. I don't really know who that benefits more, but then the question is, where does Ashe go? Because Ashe
Yeah, I
cannot
mean-
side lane versus these.
Ashe will be forced to side lane, but the reason I like the Anivia this game specifically is the range for Help Katie is not very large. It's not like they have like a Caitlyn or a Senna or something. And Anivia's job is to punish short range squishies. So when you see something, an immobile carries like Brand, Sivir, Seraphine, if they get caught in an Anivia ult, if they get Anivia walled off, they are going to take an absurd amount of damage very, very quickly. And I think with the tools that they have, the Malphite, the Yorick, the Ashe, if a Yorick gets on top of a Brand or a Sivir, I don't care how much armor pen that Sivir has, I don't care how much damage she does, Yorick is going to one-bang the Sivir with a Q on top of her head. So I think this Anivia kind of brings this comp together almost. An engage from Malphite, an Anivia ult over the top, Yorick just strolling up with his wife, and then an Ashe ult pumping damage out. I really like the comp from Fard Esports. Wonderful adaptation, and I think they have a very, very good chance of taking a game off of Help Katie here.
I agree. I will say that I like Fard Esports comp better. I am going to agree with you, the Majesty. I do really like I can visualize exactly how they want team fights to go, and we saw that they have the potential for good engages, and they just couldn't quite reach the end stage of those fights. And I think they now have the tools to accomplish that. It's not quite so immediate divey. They have multiple options for that engage, and it's not quite like we're waiting specifically on Lilia and crossing our fingers, right? So that being said, I have gotten word from producers, and by producers I mean specifically Mayo, to use your points Go ahead and vote on who you think will win this particular matchup. Apparently, we paid out 5K to the HK betters last in game 1. But that being said, there is a lot of damage here on HK. It is a truly explosive combo here that could come out of the side of HK. It is anyone's game. So while you take the time to figure out who you think is going to win, we're going to take a quick break while we wait for the spectator delay. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the Rift for game 2 very soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here with Game 2 of Week 1 of Risen. Help Katie versus Fart Esports, and already a 3-man stun from the side of 36 Sweaters. They're coming out swinging here in Game 2.
Ooh,
Hey,
Yorick
that's
not
the
having
brain
flash
skin
is
I
gonna
use.
Yorick not having flash is going to be big, I think.
Oh, it is your jungle. Okay.
Yeah,
And Malphite top.
which I think is fine. I think it's completely fine because you kind of just you got the wet noodle fight top, and I actually I would hope that is it you say it's Dodo Bobby, right? Dodo Bobby.
Dodo Bobby.
Is that how you say it? Okay, I think Dodo Bobby has like a way easier time ganking these lanes, or if they want to go the more like hard farming route, which I think is a mistake because you're against a brand who presses spells on everything and kills everything. But even if they do decide to go that route, it's still okay. Your lanes are much more self-sufficient now, in that you can't really die as Malphite once you hit 6. Anivia is annoying. The bot lane is super hard to gank as well because of the slows, the roots. Like, I think that this is a better comp for them. I actually think Fart Esports' draft is better overall. But that's the beauty of League, right? Is that you don't just draft and you're like, you got us, we're done. Like, you have to still play the game. So execution is also vitally important.
I'm loving this early aggression of Coke Monkey. Sorry to kind of...
No.
I agree with you, because the Senna, I think, is a good pickup because it's allowing him to be, I think, play a little bit more his style. I could be lying, but that does feel, from what I have seen, a little bit more up his alley. And this bot lane, Sivir takes a little while to get online. Meanwhile, Ashe can be oppressive, I think, honestly, from the moment the game starts. I hate playing into Ashe, personally. She's so annoying.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I hate playing into Ashe. Oh, I'm sure you don't know anything about that.
I've never played this champion.
You would
at all.
never do that. You would never do that to me personally. Yeah, never.
I would never play this champion ever, and you know.
Yeah.
It's like my most played champion.
I've gotten a note from production here. Mayo specifically wants to be mentioned as the one who provided this info. Coke Monkey has a 29% win rate on Senna. So I'm hoping that this game can rectify that situation in some regard. And I pray
Yeah, we want
that
to boost those numbers up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gotta bring that number up. So I'm hoping for Coke Monkey this game, and I'd like to just bring attention to that. You know, I just wanna add that little detail in.
I do
think it
wanna
adds
say
flavor to the broadcast.
I do want to say one thing about win rates, though. Like, they are indicative of like how good you are at a champion, just raw mechanically. But also, I think win rates on support are so much more like kind of BS, because you could play the champion insanely well. You're relying on your team to win you the game, and there's a little bit of a gank coming bottom.
Yeah. Early gank with a little bit of a Panda playhouse there, trying to get the Sivir. Not quite enough to get a kill, but enough to put some nice pressure. Lavender here, about half health, a little bit low in mana. Meanwhile, we have Moldrifter here as well on the bot side.
Yeah, and Lavender, like you said, that sitting here on the bot side has lost a lot of HP, but with the new Doran's bow item providing that Omnivamp, does give them a chance to kind of sustain off the wave here. I do like 36 Sweaters, this Anivia pickup. I highlighted it in draft, but I really like Anivia. I think this champ's fantastic. And I really want to see them succeed, because all I can think of when I see Anivia is I don't know if y'all watch Cadril, but I can see Cadril running around his room, flapping his arms like wings. But a gank here.
Oh no! Yeah, Tempo Melon has to flash to get away. Manages to get out of there just barely. Plenty of pandas though on the chase from Dodo Bobby. Nice gank. Moldrifter here in the mid lane manages to get the fire onto 36 Sweaters, but the bird will fly away relatively unharmed.
Yeah, a little bit of Game of Thrones action going on, a little bit of fire, a little bit of ice. The weird part to me is, how does Brand apply any pressure? I think it's a pretty impossible task unless you want to go, like, I guess mid lane. I think is only the really lane you can gank, because you don't want to gank Malphite. You don't really want to gank bot lane either. So maybe it's another like, hey everyone, if we just don't lose, we get the ornaments and we're chilling and we win late game again, which I don't think is as easy this time. I think that Fart Esports has a lot of really good answers. I want to see if Help Katie wants to like clean 2-0 them, which Brand's coming up.
Speaking of Call of the Forge God comes out here, Moldrifter is here as well, putting out some extra damage here for the Orn. The stun comes in onto the Malphite. They are on the chase. They want to get this kill to the top laner. I think the smite just came down onto the Malphite, but the Malphite flashes out to safety.
Good lord, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him.
Quite literally, yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they threw everything at a rock, and so the rock kind of just stayed standing.
It's true.
Yeah.
First blood.
Just happened?
We missed it. Oh, I hope we can get a replay. It was on the top side. I was really enthralled here by this fight on the bot side, and it looks like Moldrifter did, in fact, pick up the kill onto the Malphite. Off camera. Coke Monkey here really pressuring, taking a lot of damage from the Seraphine in return, and you cannot discount this Sivir. But, oh, nice stun coming in on Twinkie. That's a lot of damage from that Anivia already.
So
By the
one interesting thing to talk about when it comes to Anivia is you can't spell shield Anivia stun because it technically has 2 procs.
Yep.
It has the pass-through damage and the stun. So, you know, Lavender's going to have to be very careful about doing that. Oh, this is the replay in the
We get to see the kill. Oh, nice. So we thought they disengaged, but I guess Moldrifter was smart and just hung around. Oh, he hung around and went around. Yep, there he is. I see the flash into the stun, into the fire pyroclasm damage, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, that is. I love Brand as a champion. I play Brand jungle myself, but I know. For
Meanwhile,
a fact
Dodo Bobby and Moldrifter here fighting it out in this bot side jungle, but the damage is so immense from Dodo Bobby picking up the return kill on a Moldrifter. Twinkie's in a lot of danger because 36 Sweaters here as well. They flash over their own wall and they don't quite get the kill. Acehole eking it out with 15 HP. Meanwhile, there's more fighting to be had here on the bot side. No kills though, but holy cow, what an incredible jungle invade there by Dodo Bobby.
Oh, good lord. That was kind of scary. Twinkie holding her breath.
Coke Monkey is keeping up this pressure though in the bot side. They are not allowing Noablo and Lavender to rest down here. I think I saw Lavender's base get cancelled at least twice over multiple sequences. So
Moldrifter might be in a bit of trouble here as well.
Yeah.
The Maiden is here, though Acehole is as well, providing a nice escape route there for their jungler. Coke Monkey walking directly. Oh, enchanted crystal arrow!
Dex, look out! That arrow's coming right for you.
Right for me! Just barely missing Moldrifter and myself there. Tempo Melon trying to find the jungler. Don't really know if I'd like to take that fight. Call of the Forge God comes out. Twinkie is here. Dodo Bobby's in a lot of trouble. Takes the Brittle Proc to death. Tempo Melon picking up a kill.
I think that's
Nabo
just...
gets rooted. Dawning Shadow comes in. Doesn't quite do enough to get a kill.
Yeah, I think that's just Dodo Bobby not being on the same page as their laners. 36 Sweaters and Don't Rage GG were kind of stuck in their lanes for a little bit, and it allowed Tempo Melon and Twinkie to roam. It's a good play. I think they just need to be on the same page to do stuff like that. Like, because I mean, Dodo Bobby almost killed Moldrifter. It was insanely close. I think they just need to be on the same page a little bit better, because it is the right play to pressure them. But you also have to look at the map state, right? The right play can be the wrong play if you're not all on the same page.
Absolutely. Taking another tower plate here on the bot side. Coke Monkey and Duckman, just the pressure is so intense here. Meanwhile, for these grubs, Moldrifter doesn't want to let them go without a fight. 36 Sweater is here, but so is Twinkie. There's a 3v2 here around the grubs. Oh, the damage from the Acehole is just immense. They're on the hunt for the bird, but the stun comes in, allowing them to get a little bit of space from the blizzard. Looks like they are, in fact, going to TP to safety. Oh, just barely making it out on time. I didn't actually get to see who took all the grubs. Oh, all 3 grubs went to Far Esports. Well played.
Yeah. Well,
nice fight.
that
stun coming. Stun and the pyroclasm damage coming in onto Don't Raise GG, and he cannot get away. fantastic kill and really well played. Turnaround. They did not get the grubs, but they got the kill onto the top laner.
Yeah, Muldrifter able to make it happen, getting another kill here, 2 stacks on the Darksteel. And this brand is about to become a nuisance for the side of Fard Esports. And unfortunately, they haven't really involved their bot or mid in any plays, so kind of just isolated here, but these strategies kind of seem to be working out for them. A small gold lead has been eked out in the bot lane around 300, but Muldrifter may be looking bot to change that. Spot on the ward, however. So sweep that away.
I think not involving the bot lanes directly benefits HK more than Fard Esports. Because Fard Esports, you have like the Ash Arrow, you have all these tools that you want to be using to kind of generate, picks on the map, whereas Sivir wants to get to her 2 or 3 item spike and then just take over the game from there. So by both bot lanes sort of being isolated, it super benefits HK because Senna Sivir will be more useful in the extended team fights than, Seraphine Sivir will be more useful versus Senna Ashe in the extended team fights, though the utility from Fart might be a lot better in the initial jump. So you almost would rather have it the other way around, where Dodo Bobby is playing for the spot side, especially considering how aggressive that Coke Monkey is in here.
And Crystal Arrow comes in. The root is good, directly on top of the Seraphine, and they're all here. Lavender just barely managing to get away, having to flash away from that Panda play pit, I think is what I'm going to call that, from Dodo Bobby. Dawning Shadow comes in, all the spell shield in just the right amount of time to keep that Sivir alive.
Yeah, that right spell shield is clutch.
It's the right play. Like, you want to start stacking dragons. You want to start using the power of your Ashe and your Senna. Because they are technically globals, but they're not real globals, right? They're not like Shenult or TF or I guess Nocturne counts in that. Like, uh-oh.
Once again, Call the Fort got out here on the top side. Muldrifter is here as well. Pyroclasm comes in. And they're just absolutely camping this top side. Tempo Melon picking up another kill here onto the Malphite. Don't Rage really testing their name here. The top side, Coke Monkey here's in the mid lane, gets the root there onto Asol. Is it going to be enough? 36 sweaters here. Has to flash in. It's not going to be quite enough distance. The wall just out of reach of Twinkie, who was able to flash out of the way. A little bit scary there in the mid lane, though.
I think 36 sweaters saw Aurelion Soul's like a flying animation still going, so they didn't want to throw out their spells. But if you did see Coke Monkey actually, whether it was luck or timing or whatever, canceled it at the perfect time to keep them out of tower range. So I think 36 Sweaters thought that Twinkie was going to get under the tower, so they didn't cast their spells. But that's a 100% free flash on the Aurelion Soul, but now you have to burn your flash as well, and you're less mobile. Ew. Feels bad.
Yeah. Flash for flash in the mid lane.
Muldrifter's bottom, so is Dodo Bobby. This could be a scrap-easy.
Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands onto the Seraphine. Meanwhile, Coke Monkey's on the other side. Dodo Bobby is here as well, as you said. Oh, the play pit's in the perfect timing. The Encore lands onto Dodo Bobby, but it's not going to be enough. 2 die in the meantime, and there goes Muldrifter as well. It is a 3-for-0 on the bot side for Fart Esports. Meanwhile, Tempo Melon is here to try and get something back, but they're just under absolute assault from the Fart Esports. 36 Sweaters here as well. Everyone's in the bot lane. Asol is here to try and do some damage control, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to get absolutely obliterated here. Fart Esports pick up an ace on the Rift. Not quite an ace. They got all 5, but not at the same time. It's the thought that count.
Yorick, try not to heal your entire health bar challenge, because I'm pretty sure I saw Dodo Bobby drop to like 300 HP in that fight, but now they're fine. Now they're completely okay. So, to be honest with you, I don't really know how this champion can be considered a jungler. Anyways, let's get a replay here. We see this. Look at the HP regen. That is disgusting. That champion is so disgusting. And then watch this. Full Ornn combo.
Oh, what a flash.
Nice flash.
They're fine.
Nice flash.
And now, the slow chase here. The Ashe Auto is coming down, making Tempo Melon's life a living,
very slow nightmare. It's like running in a dream, you know?
Yeah, and E, unfortunately, missing Tempo Melon, she just unfortunately mistimed that. But Dodo Bobby regenerates another 300 HP per Q, so I'm not really sure if it would have mattered. I think that Dodo Bobby would have just slapped down the shovel, regenerated like 400 HP, and walked away.
They stole the crab too. No.
And took the crab. That feels really terrible as a jungler.
That's a big aura move, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I will say this. It's a very classic, I think, mistake that people make. It's like the play's going bad, so you want to turn it around instinctively because, you know, nobody likes to have bad plays happening, you know, against you. So you try to turn a bad play into a good play. When what you should have done is just mitigate your losses. Understand, you know, the 3v3 bottom didn't work out. Aurelion Sol could have stayed mid, caught waves. I think,
Oh no, the Ashe is caught out. That's a nice stun. The Encore comes in, and that is a dead Ashe. Seraphine picking up the kill there in the mid lane. That's a shutdown. Meanwhile, 3 members of Fart have come back. They want a little bit of vengeance, but it's not going to be enough. There are 4 of HK hovering there. Fantastic pick there by Noablo in the mid lane.
So it's funny, I was just talking. Oh, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, Bo3.
Oh, the thing here is all the attention from HK has been put into top side, right? We've seen gank. Oh, 36 sweaters.
36 sweaters just absolutely eating the Seraphine. This Anivia is pretty dangerous.
I love Anivia, but this top lane pressure from HK here, all has been going into the Malphite, but the problem that I have with that is Malphite is a champion that will always be useful. You could have a 0-10 Malphite, but Unstoppable Force onto an Aurelion Soul is still Unstoppable
Force. Moldrifter cuts out. Oh, they catch out Duckman, and the Pyroclasm and the Dragon are going to be enough. They pick up another kill here onto Ashe. Moldrifter here, 2 and 2. Oh, the Forge God comes in, and it misses. Fantastic flash by Coke Monkey. 36 sweaters here trying to get away from the Ornn, but unfortunately the Ornn has quite a bit of damage for being so tanky. Pop the passive. There is an egg on the rift. Coke Monkey trying to provide a bit of safety. The Anivia does respawn.
Egg Anivia's made the omelet
And they get the tier 1 turret. It is now a full-on fight. There's no tower to be had. The Rift Herald has been popped. Ornn manages to get the kill into York, though. Gods do bleed. Oh! Here, 36 sweaters. Oh, with a fantastic kill there onto the Asol. Just absolutely obliterated. Lands onto the Sivir. They're not going to be able to follow it up, but there's an Anivia wall that keeps Tempo Melon out of the fight. Pyroclasm comes down onto the Malphite, but rocks don't burn so easily.
So
only one bride.
Well, that was a prime example of what we talked about in the draft, right? Like, Ashe is kind of forced to side lane, and because she has to go side lane, Muldrifter and Twinkie set up for a disgusting tier 1 tower dive where Twinkie hit him with the drive-by. Like, just kind of flew in, breath of whatever that's called, breath of noxious booty blast or something, and then just flew away, just casually flew into the trees again. But what a scrappy fight, and this is insane that Fart Esports is the one getting the dragon after that, because they should, in all intents and purposes, have to be the ones that base.
Yeah, but Fart Esports, I mean, apparently Yorick is killable. We have gotten confirmation from this play, but yeah, we see Dodo Bobby get rooted down. The Ornn CC comes through. Fantastic combo here from Tempo Melon. She lands it, and then the Brittle Proc auto shut down. 700 gold to the Ornn, but now gets caught in a stun there. 36 sweaters, fantastic amount of play here. And as CC comes down, this headshot of an Ashe arrow prevents the backline of HK from joining the fight. Almost able to take down Tempo Melon, but she's able to run away with her life, picks up a Cinder there from the Infernal map, able to escape with what little HP they had. But considering they are an Ornn, that was probably like 1,000 baked into that tiny little
It is always so funny when there's like this chaotic like team fight breaking out, and then there's just like this random Ashe arrow coming down mid lane. And you know, it's funny that it landed on Lavender because, you know, the Sivir could have died there, but if that had hit Tempo Melon for sure dies. So it is funny. Oh wait, a little scrap action.
Oh yeah, another Cold the Forge God comes in. The Panda play pit comes in to provide a little bit of space. Maiden here taking a lot of damage, not doing a whole lot in return, unfortunately, this time for the Yorick. It looks like everyone's going to walk away A-okay. Lots of scrappy fights here as we're getting about 20 minutes in here to game 2. Both HK and Fart Esports having some fantastic team fights, but it seems to be anyone's game here at this point.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Fart Esports to set up for a 5v5 around the Soul. I think that'll be the kind of biggest turning point in this game so far. Fart Esports does have around a 3K lead, which is pretty substantial, but as we know in League of Legends, gold leads can swing in an instant. But I think Fart Esports, it's close. It's very close, but I think Fart Esports does have a slightly better 5v5 comp. The Orin of the brand really add a lot of value to HK, but if Fart Esports can coordinate, can space well, and keep the backline of HK away from damaging them, but inside of their damage range, and keep that distance, like if they're able to space that distance accurately, I don't know if HK has much of a chance.
Yeah, speaking of Temple Melon here, caught out by Dodo Bobby, and Don't Rage was able to be there in just the nick of time to help out their jungler. Dodo Bobby here on a tear on this Yorick. Poke Monkey and 36 Sweaters here on the bot side.
Temple Melon tried to TP out as well. So she doesn't have TP.
Oh, and it canceled.
Yeah. What canceled?
Ooh. I just don't know. I'm assuming it was something with Yorick. They don't. Oh, they don't know that they're taking Baron.
I swear, if it's that stupid Yorick wall, I'm gonna be so upset.
It was the Ghoulie wall.
Dawning Shadow comes out. Oh,
wow,
and
one
the
shot.
falling star just absolutely obliterates the Anivia. And despite the egg trying to resurrect, Sivir will make sure that's in fact an Egg's Benedict.
But Muldrift are taken out right before Baron, and I mean they're able to secure it. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane, and Fart Esports.
Coke Monkey playing with fire. Absolutely playing with fire, taunting people on the spot side.
This is super smart from Coke Monkey. I mean, it looks funny in isolation, but it's actually genius because look, they're getting free towers mid, and he's holding two. He's holding two or three players by himself. This man is a psycho. He's just like, I'm just gonna run at these guys. Get that tower. Don't worry about my life.
Mundo Senna, what's the difference?
108 on the Senna so far. This has been a great pickup for Coke Monkey. A small engage from Tempo.
Oh, Tempo once again. Dodo Bobby, you have to let them play the game. Don't Rage is getting their vengeance here on Tempo Melon. Once again, caught with the top laner and the jungler, Fart Esports, and the maiden. But Muldrifter's here to make the difference. The damage is coming in. There's the enchanted crystal arrow. Lands on the Muldrifter. Might give them just enough time to get away. What an incredible arrow there by Duckman, allowing their team to get to safety. Meanwhile, Coke Monkey's still on the bot side, doing whatever they're doing.
I didn't hear no bell.
Coke Monkey is, and I repeat, 1v1ing the enemy ADC at 22 minutes.
1v2ing even sometimes.
Yeah.
We saw a 1v3 for a second. I mean, you know, he at least knows his limits. He's like, 1v3 would be a little bit ridiculous. I gotta save some power for playoffs, you know. It's crazy to me how like scrappy this game is though, but this is what I was trying to say in the draft. Like when you have a clearly defined draft plan, it makes playing the game so much easier, and it's so much more like freeing. You have so much more liberty to do things with your champion because you're not as stressed at performing a specific job because your champion inherently performs that job. Nice flash.
Yeah, nice little flash. Jalen Crystal Arrow does miss. The root lands onto the the pan play comes him in. The Encore manages to hit too, but the fire blast is just still immense with the knockup. Incredible team fight here from the side of HK. They're trying to clean up. They've picked up 2 already. There's only 2 members here around Dragon Pit left of Far Esports. Don't Rage here, though, is taking tier 3 of the top lane. Meanwhile, HK is trying to pick up this dragon.
Yeah, it was definitely an ill-advised fight to try and take there because...
and it hits the end! Oh, Muldrifter kind of wanted that. Coke Monkey is, once again, doing incredible things. Don't Rage managed to get the tower.
Oh.
The problem that I have with this team fight is that it is first rate for HK, and this was a problem they had in game 1 a strength of Fart, I should say. Where they were able to create dragon opportunities for themselves, and now HK is only at 1 dragon at 24 minutes, and Fart's comp has the ability to pick up Infernal Soul Actionivia, which would be pretty disgusting. But we're gonna get a replay here.
I think this is indicative, though, of like how strong HK's comp is in these tight corridors. Like this is a really odd place to stack up. Like they have so much AoE here, and it's just absolutely shredding through them. And they just press all their buttons in this small little corridor you're walking through. That's what's going to happen to you. I mean, regardless of whether you're a tank or not. But I just think that maybe it was like I don't want to say cockiness, because I don't want to think that people are like, super egotistical or whatever. But the revenge! The revenge!
Steal.
But that was
You love
one
to see it.
Yorick E.
What is hidden?
He lost 35% of his health. The hell was that?
But he got the crab, and that's what's important.
So it's sending a message.
Yes. I don't want the money. It's about sending a message.
Yep. I mean, fair enough. And Dodo Bobby is just now down one crab, feeling pretty sad. But
Coke Monkey does get slow, does get the reverse route, but it's going to be enough to fire. Oh, the brand damage is just so immense. Oh, and the Sivir gets the kill. Coke Monkey finally has flown too close to the sun, and they go down. For the
That
first time this game.
Icarus has had his wings clipped, and finally, Coke Monkey going down.
Oh, that was so funny. Just the last
Party
little
sport.
Sivir auto.
Yeah. For a second there, I thought he was out, but Farty's was
did
able to
too.
clutch up that kill. Baron spawning in 50 seconds, so this would be second burn of the game here. Could create a scenario for a 5v5, which I think if they can 5v5 without HK landing onto Farty Sports, I think Farty Sports have a slight advantage. But as we saw in the fight around Dragon, HK, when they are able to create the scenario of the full combo, just clicking buttons onto the champions of Farty Sports, they will pick up kills and they will win fights that way. So at this point, it is the question of which team will be able to succeed at their game plan. I think, like you've been saying, Radicus, with a defined objective, this game is close.
Tempo Melon may be caught out, but there's 4 members here of HK. They're trying to get the slowdown on the hunt. Has been popped. Don't Rage managed to get over the wall and a blast cone away. Oh, what a slick maneuver. Too fast, too furious. They managed to get out of what could have been a really potentially dangerous team fight. Well, looks like they want more. Dodo Bobby here finds the Seraphine. Are they going to get the kill on Noablo? The route is good, but all the members of HK haven't really left. It doesn't look like they're going to get anything for it. But very aggressive play here. Yeah.
Farty Sports has to be careful and not getting like super antsy about starting this Baron, because the sustain on the side of HK is like super deceptive, and everybody expended a lot in that fight to try and get picks and things like that. And I actually think that if you're going to look for a play, you should always try to get vision first, which is what I was going to say. When the Malphite was pushed up, they had a lot of like pressure mid lane. They should have tried to cut Malphite off and try to get like use low committal to get some resources from them, because Don't Rage seems to be kind of holding the unstoppable force for like extended periods of time to try not to waste it. I think that they like watch how long Don't Rage holds this. Like he would burn, they would rather burn flash than their ult in this scenario. If I'm seeing that as an opposing player, I know that I can punish a player for not necessarily greedy play, but definitely for kind of trying to keep that key ultimate alive. I would try to punish that player more for doing that. Now, this is interesting. HK looks like they want to start the Baron, and they do have vision of them. Okay, there is a deep ward on the blue side, so they could get away with this, but they don't want to start. I guess their Baron damage isn't that crazy.
Yeah. I think Sivir right now has a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. This Sivir has 3 items. They have their Infinity Edge. They have their Ornament. So
there's a TP coming to mid lane. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, because of the Infernal Drake. The Infernal Drake is up. This is going to be real bad.
Call of the Forge God comes in, lands on 2. Dawning Shadow comes in, reverse. The Charm, the Encore only lands into 1, but it was Dodo Bobby in the meantime. On the backside, there's so much damage coming out of Duckman onto Moldrifter, as well as Lavender. Tempo Melon does get the kill on a Dodo Bobby. A little bit of vengeance there for them, but they go down in return. 36 Sweaters gets the damage. The Pyroclasm comes out from Moldrifter. I don't think they're going to be able to get any more, but they did pick up the dragon. Oh, Coke Monkey's on the hunt. Coke Monkey is waiting for a fight. They want more. Moldrifter here is waiting in the bush for them. Manages to get the stun onto the Senna. Goes golden to try and get away from it. And Coke Monkey dies to their own hubris in the bot side jungle. Lavender picking up the kill.
Yeah, and Coke Monkey.
Oh, but they want more.
Once again, looking for too much at the end of that fight, which is really unfortunate. That fight went very well for Fart Esports. They got their 1-for-1. They got their soul complete. Actually, pardon me. So, interesting decision there, but I do respect the attempt. Obviously, you know, they see the low health, but we're going to get a replay of this fight. So we see the Ornalt come down, 36 Sweaters, insta-flashes out, and that means that the Aurelion Solo won't catch them, but the Dodo Bobby securing the smite right before they get CC'd. Don't Rage is just tanking everything from the backline after ulting the Sivir, so Dodo Bobby traded back by Tempo Melon, but now it's an immobile Ornn stuck in pit. But they're on Baron.
Don't Rage, they do know, but it's, yeah, as you said, it's so gone. There's nothing they can do.
I didn't think that they had the Baron damage for that. Like, I actually think it might have been better to just straight up do the Baron trade for the Soul. Because I think that they were probably going to get Soul anyways. I don't really, because like they weren't in a position to stop them, right? Like I probably would have just taken the free Baron and been happy with that trade, because you can push so much easier against Anivia than you can Sivir with Baron.
Oh, they managed to catch out. Oh, but Tempo Melon is here instead.
Who's catching whom?
Lands directly onto Dodo Bobby yet again. But the Blast Cone puts Tempo Melon directly into the enemy line of fire. Don't Rage is in a bit of trouble here. There's so much damage from the Sivir and the Seraphine and the Brand. Are they going to die? The heal from Coke Monkey come through. They managed to not die. Seraphine instead goes down to the Anivia. Oh my lord. Malphite had, I think, 10 health. Coke Monkey coming in clutch with the Son of Heals there at the very end.
Yeah, and really fantastic play out here from Coke Monkey. They land the Dawning Shadow, get that Bat Shield down, and then with the heals getting pumped into the body of the Malphite, able to survive through that burn from the Brand. And this is the weakness of burn, is it's not instant damage. So things like healing and shielding can cleanse it very easily. But like you were saying, pushing Baron minions into a Sivir, that's not a... or pushing Baron minions with a Sivir, pardon me. That's really easy. Sivir one-shots waves, and if she has Baron minions beside her, you can push very, very, very easily. But Anivia does harass the Sivir a lot, so right now there's this push and pull in mid of how much can the Anivia do to counteract the Sivir's insane wave clear. And right now, looks like there's a stalemate. 36 Sweaters taking a huge...
Oh my lord, Moldrifter, please!
He's being annoying. Once
Well, Call of the Forge God is missed because of the root from Coke Monkey. Managing to get into the mist and get away.
When did the top inhibitor go down?
I think that's when
now.
Don't Rage
Don't
GG
Rage
kept pushing. Yeah.
Was it just now? I was sitting there and I started looking at the map and I went, wait a minute. When did that
Just
happen?
now-ish. They got supers in their base, you know.
Wait, no, that happened like
At 29.
a while ago.
Oh,
Or-
Minions
oh,
got
the
the...
Minions
Oh,
pushed
Minions
it.
got it.
Gotcha,
Oh.
thank you.
Minions OP.
Thank you, production. Yeah, Winions.
Winions, for real. But yeah, ornaments have almost fully come through for the side of HK. Their comp has hit the point of we need to win, and we need to win now. Because unless other than Sivir, I guess, hitting 5 items, Aurelion Soul finishing their 4th, their Rabadon's death cap. It's Aurelion Soul Rabadons, and it's Sivir 5 items, and that's the next big power spike, so... They really need to get some space for Lavender in this fight. 100% crit on the Sivir. The Sivir can output an absurd amount of damage if they're given any space to fight. But 36 Sweaters right now has created a scenario where Lavender's just been given nothing in these fights, and with Don't Rage always threatening an unstoppable force onto the head of the Sivir, and 36 Sweaters spacing them out with Anivia as a champion. I mean, they've really not had a chance to play the game yet, so I want to see Tempo Melon create some space, peel for the Sivir, and really give this.
Oh, they're going in. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands directly onto Bolt3. Sorry to cut you off. I thought they were going to go in, but they lied to me. Continue with your thought.
Yeah, that did look like a fight. I don't blame you at all, but unfortunately, the Chinook destroyer are not enough to create the Tempo Melon. Let's see if they can.
Oh, meanwhile, Dodo Bobby's on the backside, and the Dawning Shadow comes in. Don't Rage GG lands directly on top of Seraphine, and there's just nothing they can do. Coke Monkey gets the revenge kill there on the Moldrifter, and Dodo Bobby picking up on the Seraphine. The damage here, they're in the pit, they can't get away. Double kill for the Yorick. It's an ace. I think they might win it here. Fart Esports have all of the tools at their disposal this time. They're here to take mid-tier 3. And I think the game.
That's the game.
That
for sure.
should be first game of the series to Fart Esports here, and first game of the series to Fart.
To Fart
but
Esports.
Second game thus far in this series. And yeah, Fart Esports will take that. That was a very well played game overall. I think both sides really coming out to shine here in this game, and quite back and forth in a lot of instances. But Fart Esports, once they got that lead, though they did let the gold lead slip, they never let that control kind of get away from them. So able to have the dragon stacking that was so beneficial to them, creating so many of these objectives. I want to bring a kind of spotlight on Dodo Bobby here. They had a fantastic performance in the earlier game with the Lilia, and now, again, creating what their team needs across the map, just able to influence every lane, had objectives getting won all the time. Even though it was revenged by Muldrifter later in the game, they did get that crab, and I think minute 12-ish. But I think so far, Dodo Bobby has been my player of the series. But
Look
we'll
at the
see.
damage on the Senna, though. I just
Yeah.
gotta point out, Coke Monkey really went absolute ham on this Senna. They did as much damage as Muldrifter on Brand, and what a Senna thing to do.
Well, that's what I was saying, right? Is like win rates are not the whole story sometimes, and I think it's crazy to me, not just how well that Fart Esports played, but how well they recovered, because they didn't look tilted playing this game. They looked like almost like a veteran team, easily shaking off a loss, coming back with a solid game plan, and executing it pretty well. When I look at HK, I look at an idea for a team comp that can definitely work. Like, you can win with this team comp, like 100%. I think that they just need to tweak a few things, and it's like right as rain. I think Lavender needs to play a lot safer on Sivir in this comp. You're not going to get the space you need in games like this when you don't have anybody that's like directly peeling for you. You don't have to be the first person hitting a target. Hit what's in front of you, play slow, and play with your ultimate to clean up fights, because you are the only consistent DPS on this team, aside from the two burning like AP carries. And once they kind of like burn all their spells, they can't do anything for a while. You need to play cleanup on the squishy targets and almost hit just what's in front of you, because your ricochets are going to be hitting Malphite plus anybody else around him, critting him. You don't have to be as exposed to damage, I think, as Lavender was in this game. However, I do understand the mindset of, if we just kill everybody with the initial cooldown, we can take everything we want, and we don't have this like long drawn out fight where we have to chase people around and stuff. I think if you just switch that mentality, this team comp works like a lot better. Now, I'm not saying that it's like Lavender's fault that they lost or anything, but I do think that if you want to look for improvements in how you would play this specific style, I think playing a bit safer on your AD carry to dish out damage later in the fight, because you can't deal damage when you're dead, And I think that yeah, props to 36 Sweaters and Don't Rage GG for finding Lavender. Like, to their credit, they took some unique angles to attack the Sivir, and it's really hard to dodge and spell shield stuff when you don't see it coming.
True.
Yeah.
Well, we are at match point here in week 1 with Doran's. We're going to take a quick break while we wait for draft of game 3, and I'm sure we'll have even more to talk about from this game too. What an incredible comeback here for Fart Esports, and we'll see who comes away with a win here in week 1, so don't go anywhere.
giants. Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of a world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last line.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here for a draft of Game 3 here in Week 1 of Risen's Doran's League, and it's already exciting. We're already at game match point here. We went to all 3 games. It's so exciting. And it could be anyone's game. We have switched sides here for Esports and help, Katie. We have the same bands, though. What's the rat saying? Do you have
The rat
insights
is
for us?
saying Katie is going to take game 3 because they are going to put Fart Esports into a bad topside matchup and allow Tempo Melon to do what she does best. I think with red side, you can pressure the enemy team to pick powerful things early, allowing you to counter them much more specifically. And I think it's actually damaging to a player to get a powerful pick or a comfort pick and then just crush them on it. Because it feels so much worse to play a champion that you've played 178 times and lose on it.
That's true. Tristana here picked first for Fart Esports. I hope that fits with your rat's whispers.
So this kind of leans into what I've seen from Fart Esports so far, which is that they want to play like aggressive lane shoving bot lanes. You can easily counter this. I think you should just pick something like Lucian Nami. I think gives you good trading power. That's not Lucian, that's not Nami. And you should pick probably something that goes with it. And Orianna. All right, cool. I like this. I'm super happy with this.
Yeah, I personally, I think that Fart Esports, Help Katie here, should opt into one of my personal favorite bot lanes of all time, which of course is the legendary Nunu Skarner bot lane. Disgusting combo. I think it would really add to the draft here with the Wukong Orianna picked up here.
No.
But the Rise coming through here for Fart Esports. Great pickup. I love the Rise champ. Nunu. Wait, we could see it. Tristana could go top here. I'm hopeful. Fart Esports, if you can hear me,
Give me a sign.
I think Coke Monkey has it within them to pick up a Skarner. Or sorry, Skarner support, Nunu ADC. Into Vayne. Okay.
Vayne.
Orianna Wukong is a very interesting combo. Obviously,
I hate
Vayne,
this.
strong flex, but I agree with you, Radicus. I don't know if I like the Vayne now. Because now Fart Esports can just go like bruiser top and just bully the Vayne out of lane and not allow them to play. And
I
then
mean, the other. Go ahead.
I don't know.
I was gonna say the other aspect to it is like when you start to think about like what are the things that Vayne does well. She kites insanely well. She's a highly mechanically intensive champion, and she kills tanks. But it's really hard to do that when Rise just presses one button on you, you're held in place, and everything just gets dumped on top of you. I think if they are going to play this top, I think it could be good because we've already seen Muldrifter playing to the top side, and like what better champion to enable than the original 1v9 carry, right? But I don't like it because it puts a lot of pressure on one player to play exceedingly well. You kind of already have that failsafe in the Orianna Wukong combo that like not all of the onus is on the Vayne to perform, but I think it's just so risky. Like this is a game 1 strat. I think you should pull out, not a game 3. But I'm also a Vayne hater. Like I'm just not a very Vayne is just not high up on my like. Okay, my reasoning is this, right? It's a mechanically intensive champion. You're playing in a coordinated like setting where everyone is talking and communicating, and they're not trying to just bing, 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 right? Like I think you really have to enable it and like play around it. And to be fair, the 3 champions they have coupled with Vayne do make her a viable champion, but I don't know.
Yeah, Soraka here picked up. What do you feel about the Soraka match? Does that change your feeling of the Vayne?
I kind of hate the Vayne right now.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't see it. What I'm seeing right now is Vayne's gonna final hour, they're gonna ghost, they're gonna flash on someone, and then that makes me hate it even more. And then Ryze is going to click EW. She's not going to move for a good 2 seconds. Nunu Snowball will be coming in from the left side while you hear Kesha EUS screaming at the top of his lungs from another country. And then Rel diving in on top as well. And now Mordekaiser ult. Like this Vayne, they have a solo carry comp. I do like the Wukong Orianna, but in essence, Vayne is a solo carry champion. She wants the entire game to revolve around her. And Fard Esports has many tools to shut down the solo carry.
So this is what I was talking about. They've put them into a position where they have to answer the Vayne, so they've drafted a composition specifically designed around stopping Vayne. But now you have a Darius, Orianna, Wukong that are going to be, if you have to kill this Vayne. You have to kill her. But now you have a Darius who has been unleashed and an Orianna Wukong that essentially will get free reign to get the combo off like almost every time. Interestingly enough, though, I don't think Kelp Katie necessarily like addressed the Tristana. She kind of went unpunished in the draft because like Vayne's not going to punish her in the lane. Orianna Wukong, like in theory, can combo her, but if she's got fast fingers, right? If you just hit the finger check, she can always Buster Shot the Wukong away, and then you kind of wasted your monkey ball combo. Oh, this is spicy. I don't know which way this is going to go. I think in theory, I like Help Katie's draft a little bit more, even though I'm a Vayne hater, because I think that Darius is really strong here for 2 reasons. If you go for Vayne, Darius kills you. If you go for Darius, Vayne kills you. You don't have very many good choices in these fights. Unless somehow this Ryze becomes the mage of legends, foretold for 3,000 years, who can just solo hard carry the game. Because in theory, right, Ryze can blow most of these champions up in just one combo. So,
For me, the real like question mark for me is this Rel, because we saw how Coke Monkey played that Senna, and we saw how aggressive that he likes to be in those lanes. And Rel can 100% be exactly the champion you need to get on top of the Vayne. I mean, I feel like Rel, like a Shattering Strike alone is enough to really kind of interrupt the kind of, momentum that a Vayne has. Not even to mention, right, the Magnetstorm is so oppressive, and it can be, especially if you also have the Snowball and you also have the Ryze EQ, right? So like, I think that for me, that's really the kind of question mark, especially because of how important Coke Monkey was in the last game. So that's kind of where I'm looking. I do like the Mordekaiser pick here because clearly they want to be able to take someone out of the fight, whether that be the Darius, and now you have a 4 or the Wukong, right? So that's also interesting. Obviously, it creates a more 4v4 perspective that can could be good for your team or could make it worse. You never really know, right? So, but yeah, I'm really looking in that Coke Monkey direction.
Well, I was going to say, surprisingly, like, I didn't really think about this, but Rel clumping everyone up for the Nunu ult, plus Ryze AoE, plus Mordekaiser AoE, plus Tristana Bomb, like, they have a whole lot of, like, deceptive AoE to where I think if you want to group up and play around this Orianna ball, ooh, man, it could be deceptively like your doom. But I like the Soraka, right? Always will be able to stop the Nunu channel. I like... There's so many like intricate little mechanical plays that everyone is going to be able to make. I just think it's going to come down to who pilots their champions better. I don't think there's a clear draft difference here.
Yeah, and as we wrap up the draft here, I would like to shout out Dynugalsor has won a house. Not literally, but they did win the gamble last time as the only person to bet on Fard Esports, winning 16,000 Risen Esports Twitch viewing points. So congratulations on your new apartment. So shout out Dynugalsor.
Townhouse even. Wow.
Oh wow, yeah, balling out here with the 16K. But gamble is open again. Let's enable that addiction. Sorry, am I allowed to say that on broadcast? And we will take a short break to wait for spectator delay, and we will be back with you very shortly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Game Point here, 1v1 in Game 3 of Risen, Week
Hello?
1 Doran's League. And already the top lane, they're ready to fight. Tempo Melon and
That's
Doran
Ignite.
GG.
no.
That's an
Oh,
Ignite.
no.
I think that is, in fact, that's a first blood pre 1 minute. Tempo Melon said, I don't think so, and came out absolutely swinging.
So like I was saying in the intermission, right? Tempo Melon's insane. An insane player. I 100% think you should play, and Muldrifter has, right? Muldrifter has ganked for her numerous times to set her up for success, which is, I think, the correct play. I think just because you have a good player on your team that can generate their own leads, why put it up to, like, why put all of the onus on the player to consistently do that when you can just give them a little help? Give Tempo
Just a little
Melon the
bit.
ball. She's going to go down court and freaking dunk it. Like, I like that she's already being aggressive, taking the Ignite. She's like, you know what, Coke Monkey, you had a good game too. Apparently, Mordekaiser just hit Darius with some sort of
A graphical
Eldritch
glitch, yeah.
Yeah. Don't rage is now cheating.
Darius with the client.
With the client. I do have to correct you on one thing though, Radicus. She will not be dunking because this is not Dunk Master Darius. So get it right.
There will still be dunking. It's just more IRL, I think. But yeah, no, I think this is like really, really smart, the composition that both teams have come up with, because I think that, again, their win conditions are clearly defined. You know, it's got to be Tristana and
Oh,
Ryze
Nunu
going
coming in. Twinkie has to flash out, barely getting away with their life. Oh, meanwhile, Tempo Melon, the top lane is just a bloodbath. Both players have really low health bars. I think it's just one
Least-
Q. Oh,
Least
Lord.
aggressive matchup in top lane right now. This is, yeah. Now, as a non-top laner and non-Darius player, this champion is disgusting. Because if you manage to land E, you kind of just win. Like, it doesn't matter who you're playing into, doesn't matter what's going on. If you land that E, you most
We got another
likely
snowball.
will win. But we have a
Yeah. Oh, their Rel goes in. And Lavender is caught up. The Ignite goes in as well. Oh, no, Ablo's caught out with a snowball of goop, and it's gonna be enough. Oh, Dodo Bobby has to flash out.
Oh, he
Does
died.
get killed on the backside by Muldrifter. It is a 1-for-1 here.
What a counter
With the
game.
gank from yeah, fantastic counter gank from Muldrifter there, right at the nick of time. Lavender also fantastic getting out of there. Noablo sacrificing themselves very valiantly for their ADC.
This is very, very well done here from Muldrifter on the Wukong. But yeah, like I was saying, Darius, disgusting champion. I am a gold player and I'm a jungle player. I have beaten emerald players in raw 1v1s playing Darius. I actually solo killed an emerald Garen twice playing this champion. This champion is disgusting. And I think Tempo Melon has made a phenomenal pick in terms of their comp. Wow, Gluttonous Greaves, first item. But that... I don't even have words anymore. This is... It's already working, and that's what I hate.
Well, I think... Okay, so I think this is actually kind of smart, because Mordekaiser is going to naturally heal more than Darius is on the waves, just based on their passives. And I think Coke Monkey?
Not afraid of anything.
No. So I think this
care.
this little bit of Omnivamp is going to help Tempo Melon stay in the lane longer, which she needs to do, because she opted for the Ignite, which got you kind of like, I'm not going to say a cheese kill early, but it got you an early kill. But Don't Rage has TP. So they're infinitely going to be more useful for you if you're just taking these super long trades in the side lanes.
Yeah,
So it might be worth it.
From, like you said, but from the side of HK here, looking at the top side, I mean, having a Wukong with an early lead and having a Darius with an early lead does not bode well for this comp for Fart Esports. Other than, I think Tristana has very good feel for herself, and There's going to be a lot of onus placed on Coke Monkey here. Can the Rel keep the Darius and the Wukong off of the carries? If they can achieve that goal, but could be a fight breaking out here.
Yeah, Moldrifter did manage to find Coke Monkey, but Dodo Bobby is here as well. It's a 3v3 here on the bot side. Doesn't look like anybody's going to get a kill, but lots of damage going in onto that Wukong, especially from Duckman here. Oh, Tempo Melon manages to get... Tempo Melon yoinks Don't Rage out from under their own turret and gets a kill there with the Ignite once again on the top side.
Where are you hiding?
Like I said, disgusting champion. Hits E, clicks Ignite ult, didn't even full stack pass. Just
well, as Dodo Bobby takes the dragon, this is super interesting to me. Nunu stacking dragons is as old as like when Nunu was released, right? The champion is just naturally good at taking objectives due to the chompy chomp. But I don't want to focus too much on the Darius in terms of like the overall portion of the game, because there's so many ways of kiting Darius, which is obviously like the champion's biggest weakness. Tristana absolutely can destroy Darius and comes a roll. Probably not going to happen.
Nice route. Soraka. There was an attempt at a roll. Yeah.
I want to focus primarily on mid lane because I think these two champions are going to have very quiet, successful games. You know, you're going to see the big shockwaves and stuff. But I do believe...
Ghost from the Rise manages to get the root there onto Twinkie. Coke Monkey was there for a rotate, but not able to really get anything off on the Orianna.
I think Coke Monkey should just focus on bottom. Like, you need to keep pressuring this Vayne, keeping her down, pushing waves in. Tristana can't do it safely without the Rel there. So I think prioritize more bot lane here. I think it's the better play. Because, like, yeah, no, look, this wave is frozen. Like, Tristana can't push it in. Tristana naturally pushes waves due to the E. So, yeah, I mean, look, Duckman can't approach this wave at all because they have no vision of Moldrifter, and they know Moldrifter is 6.
Dodo Bobby here on the top side. Tempo Melon in a bit of trouble. Though there is the... and just the absolute zero just eats away at everything. Tempo Melon was rooted and manages to get the kill onto the Nunu. The Darius is just absolutely absurd. Already Rise trying to get to safety. They're not going to be able to make it. Moldrifter picking up a kill here on the top side. It's a 3 for none. Tempo Melon just absolutely running away with it here before pre-10 minutes to this game.
Yeah, and I mean, I would agree with you that mid lane is very important here, but I think, yeah, and Tristana's getting dope.
Oh, Tristana. Oh my god. Oh, the tower shot from Lavender. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Soraka from the ambulance.
I'm surprised Soraka held ult there. They just believed in that healing. But let's get a replay of this play. So, Tempo Melon hits E. Don't Rage can't really play, but beautiful flash from Tempo Melon. And let's look at this healing. I mentioned the Yorick healing from last game. That was worse. That was an absurd amount of healing, and Tempo Melon played that phenomenally. Moldrifter here as well in the nick of time gets the 2v3 down, and Coke Monkey can do nothing but stand by and watch as Tempo Melon, just like you said, continues to take over this game, grasping control of it. And I think mid lane will be very important, but right now, Darius has a 2,400 gold lead. And so I'm not sure how well a Rise will be able to do into a Darius sprinting at them with that kind of number. But as this game,
I don't even really know what to say.
Yeah, same. I mean,
I don't even really know because you need to be able to find an intricate answer to this like super fed Darius. As a person who played with a top laner who was this kind of a menace in the side lanes, it makes your job as an AD carry so much easier. There's so much of a weight lifted off of this Vayne's shoulders that I actually think we're going to see Lavender pop off like super hard this game. Because with so much of that weight being lifted as they're getting rolled on for the billionth time.
Yep, Nunu is here once again. Manages to land the ball onto Noabla, but the damage out of Lavender is so much they have to back out. Shattering Strike here lands onto the Vayne, but I mean, Dodo Bobby took half their health bar in just what looked like auto attacks from the Vayne. Not able to get a kill with that gank.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was saying, right? Like, Lavender's going to have a great game just based off of the fact that there isn't really a lot of pressure on Vayne's shoulders right now. She is not going to be the end-all, be-all for the team because you have a 4-0 Temple Melon.
Yeah, I think that Lavender, yeah, like you're saying, a lot of this pressure being taken away, but I think also having such a fed Darius gives something that the Vayne wants in spades, and that's space. Vayne will have all the room she needs in these fights, because Tempo Melon will just be naturally drawing so much attention from the fact that they're 4-0, you know, me see shutdown, me want gold. So having this mentality into the Darius and wanting to be able to take this Darius out of the fight, not allow them to start popping off, and it's been proven time and time again, give Tempo Melon this kind of situation where she can pop off, she will. So I think having that focus placed on the Darius will not only create like chance for Lavender to pop off here, but it'll give her the space. It'll give Lavender the
36
space
sweaters.
they need.
Oh.
Darius keeping in.
Darius is TPing in, and Mulderker has found the back line of Bard Esports, and I think it's going to be an absolute nightmare here. Absolute Zero does manage to get Lavender to about half health, but they're chasing down Coke Monkey. They get the kill. Muldrifter's on a killing spree at this point. Tempo Melon looked like they wanted a little bit more, but are going to back instead. But despite all of the tool, they have what looked like some good positioning, but Fart Esports just cannot find inroads here with HK, especially with this fed Darius.
I think that's just the difference between a veteran team and a more rookie-style team. Maybe not rookie players, but definitely a team that you can tell hasn't played together very much. 36 Sweaters saw a play. The rest of his team, or the rest of Rise's team, saw a different play. And they could have pinched them in the tri-bush, right? They could have played away from the teleport and pinched the 3 members in the tri-bush, away from the Orianna, and had a good play there. Or they could have backed up and gone to the Dragon. Like, if we watch this play, 36 Sweaters runs in. They could have easily pinched those 3 members. But because the rest of Rise's team isn't on the same page, now Rise is just caught out and has to Realm Warp out. It's just a really kind of odd situation where neither of them is wrong, but they're just not on the same page, so it looks like a bad play. But both plays could have been good, and oh my goodness.
Oh, taken to the death realm here. Don't rage. GG with Tempo Melon. Not exactly sure. Oh, the Nazian guillotine is good. Manages to get a kill here onto the Mordekaiser. Even the death realm can't save them. Oh, no.
I'd like to remind our viewers that no, that is not a spectator bug. The Darius really does have Black Cleaver and tier 2 boots and a pickaxe at 13 minutes.
Oh, man,
That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah,
this is insanely scary.
Nice.
I would love to be a Catalyst of Eon's Rise and look and see that monstrosity staring me down. That sounds like a fun time. Yeah, I think that Fart Esports right now, their game plan has to be 2 Rise, 4 Rise, with Rise, and Rise. It has to be involving 36.
All directly onto Twinkie. Has to flash out of the absolute Zero. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Muldrifter's there to provide some support. That was a little bit scary there for a hot second.
I think that might actually be nerves coming into play a little bit, because you can stay in and deal the damage. Kind of, Orianna gets stuck in that animation. As we see it play
Monkey is here. Lavender is in a world of hurt, though the Witch comes in from Noablo. Is it going to be good enough? They are ignited. Dodo Bobby is here to try and provide some support, but Duckman's caught on the backside. Lavender rolling in and manages to pick up the kill onto the Tristana despite the buster shot away.
What a great 2v3 play from the bot lane of HK. Holy moly.
That is fantastically played from Lavender.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, HK looking super clean in game 3. Like, all 3 lanes seem to be doing very, very well. I think Twinkie is absorbing a butt ton of pressure here. Been ganked a couple times, kind of doing her
Muldrifter is here. They have found 36 Sweaters, and there's nothing that Rise can do. Muldrifter on a rampage. The flash in manages to fight the Rise. Oh, Lord. Coke Monkey is here in return, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything about that Wukong.
No.
So, like I was just saying, all 3 lanes seem to be doing their jobs. But yeah, like some interesting things. Like I don't think Ryze needed to flash there right away in the mid lane. I think maybe could have held the flash a little bit longer because the shockwave animation is so long. You can wait to get another round of spells off and try to bait it out. I think the kind of preemptive flash ended up costing 36 Sweaters their life because they know there's no flash on this Ryze. Like Muldrifter is almost like drawn naturally to this lane as a jungler. You know that there's no sums on a relatively immobile mid laner. Like punish it, and did just that. Right play, right time.
Yeah, and we're seeing a different state of the game right now from what had been happening in the previous 2 games, where HK and Fart are even in Dragons at 16 minutes. Muldrifter is mid again.
Yeah, they managed to find 36 Sweaters here, and even the
God.
shockwave is good. There's nothing the Rel or the Ryze can do. They pick up the kill there onto the Ryze. Coke Monkey right behind them. Twinkie is in danger here. The Absolute Zero does hit. They took a tower shot as well, smiting the Orianna, but even that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, and Twinkie able to escape with their life here. The monkey wave combo here coming out from Muldrifter and Twinkie, but dislocated from each other. But that did not matter. No flash, no ghost Ryze, and unfortunately 36 Sweaters, not much to be done there. Tempo Melon, she's going to charge it in, but is eaten away by the Nunu. But I don't think the Darius much cares.
I will say Darius does have to be careful. If they get CC'd, the Tristana with these Yumtall arrows can actually can actually do quite a bit of damage to them, especially with the Shattering Strike reducing the armor. They can get blown up. Will it happen? Who knows, right? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But we'll see, like, I think if you don't have a Nunu on your team, getting these early dragons is so key, because if you get the next one, you can trade the next dragon for Baron. There's no way they can walk into you with this Gigantosaur Thanos creation top lane and a monkey ball combo. Like, there's just no way you can contest those objectives unless you have like you get there first and you get vision. And HK has put themselves in a position where they will always be able to choose what objective they trade for.
Final Hours is popped, as is the Condemned, but the Buster Shot keeps them just okay. Unfortunate miss there by Coke Monkey.
Yeah, great sidestepping here from Lavender, and really unfortunate Condemned didn't lead to anything, but Coke Monkey going
but
in.
Coke Monkey wants more, but the Muldrifter's here as well. They didn't know. Lavender picks up the kill onto the Rel here, and Duckman is really in a scary situation here with a tower that might go down. Meanwhile, Tempo Melon's hunting for Sweaters. They're feeling a bit chilly in the top lane, so they came to find some in the mid.
Interesting idea to swap the lanes of Darius going against the Ryze. I actually...
Tempo's just chasing the Ryze.
I don't think this is like super good, because there's no way Mordekaiser ever matches Darius in the side lane. I think you should just put Darius bottom. I think you put Darius bottom, you let your bot lane go mid, and you let Orianna get the other lane. With how gold works with the new AD carry quest, or not new AD carry quest, but the AD carry quest, if you're trading waves mid and you're already ahead, it's beneficial to you because you're still getting more gold and the Vayne is not as exposed, which is what they're actually doing right now, which is, I think, the correct play. Vayne mid lane doesn't care if Ryze pushes every single wave into her face. She does not care. You're like way less susceptible to things like this. And I mean, as if I'm like speaking it into existence, like what I'm talking about is happening. The Nunu has nowhere to play now because you can't go to the Darius's lane.
Oh, Coke Monkey's in trouble because Muldrifter is here as well over the wall. The ghost has been popped. Lavender's on the hunt for this Rel, and it's going to be enough. Lavender is on a killing spree. Manages to contend the Ryze as well. It's just the amount of damage from this Vayne is absolutely absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think HK, when they're given space, they do a lot of damage, but flash ult.
Oh, no, he's going to... Cyclone is good despite the Ryze root. Oh, man, Muldrifter is just right on top of him.
Yeah,
well, I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this. So because Duckman has to be down bottom collecting these waves, you would think like, okay, well, what Radicus is saying is that if they're pushing waves into you, it's fine. Yes, except Duckman is in a much more exposed position than Lavender is because the side lanes are so much harder to get to than mid lane. Everybody's around mid lane, so as an AD carry, you're probably gonna have some kind of help. I don't know if this is
Tempo Melon, this is a 3v1 here. The ball has rolled in, but they've been flashed out of the way. Ignite comes in on the Darius, and so does Absolute Zero. They are throwing everything off the wall. Rise even realm warped in, and they finally managed to fell the top lane monster. But they lose Garrett.
This is the trade. This is the trade, and this is the exact right macro play from HK. This is 100% a great play. I don't know if Tempo Melon should have burned her flash there. Is it a free Baron?
Baron steal! And on the backside of that, a fight. Don't Raise GG has taken Twinkie into the Death Realm. The Orianna here is trying to keep alive, and they do manage to stay alive just long enough to get out of the Death Realm. It was not a one-way ticket for them. Moldrifter picking up a kill. Production was so excited that the camera swung a little bit. What a fantastic Baron steal by Dodo Bobby. I definitely want to give flowers to that. Incredible. Walking in and saying, I think this is mine.
And
No,
the crazy
I
part
think I
is,
do.
well, the craziest part, it wasn't even a chomp steal. It was just a straight up out smite. Like, well played. You know, because usually you can kind of cheese it. Straight up just an out smite. And kind of weird that they were scared to zone the... Yeah, just straight up didn't smite it, it looks like. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well
Dodo
played.
Bobby just aura checked, just walked up
True.
in front of everyone and said, "That's my Baron, and you're not gonna stop me." And props to them, no one stopped them. Dodo Bobby.
All chat.
said,
Thanks for the
"That's
leash.
mine."
Yeah, all chat, thanks for the leash. Now, I will say this. It is one thing where people look at, like, oh, jungler smite, easy XD, haha, as...
Oh, Twinkie might be caught out here. The ball landed, and the shockwave is so big. Manages to speed away to the other side. I'm not exactly sure what happened. They definitely had that kill, but Orianna just got to run away. Incredible.
Coke Monkey's, I think Coke Monkey's ankles just got shattered. Thank you, Mayo. I think we need to check in on that. That speed up from Twinkie was phenomenal, and then a small backstep baits the rel to W forwards, and then immediately running away with the clockwork, like clockwork, niche Orianna reference, but yeah, she's just able to completely run away from that play with the speed up, and Dodo Bobby didn't have any more CC left, and Coke Monkey had none left in the tank as well, so burned everything in that initial engagement, and Coke.
Oh, that's a fast Nunu. Holy cow, that's horrifying.
Zombie Nunu running at Mach 2 towards you has got to be terrifying.
I don't like that. That's a 0 out of 10 for me, personally. They did get that mid-tier 2 here, despite the other team having the Baron. I think HK took that a little personally. 4v4 here in the bot side. They want this tier 2 in bot, but they're not going to be able to get it.
Yeah, and right now, the play for Fart Esports is they have to contest Mountain Soul, because I think if Wukong, Darius get Mountain Soul, I don't know if Fart are gonna be able to kill them very well.
Oh, the yoink from Tempo Melon is good. Might catch out Dodo Bobby here with the Blast Cone is here, but Moldrifter's here on the other side. And fantastic Cyclone. Tempo Melon gets the kill here onto Dodo Bobby. They want more from Coke Monkey. The Noxian Guillotine was used to take down the jungler, and it's going to be Moldrifter who takes down the realm. Meanwhile, 36 Sweaters might be cut out, but they turn it around on the Twinkie. Incredible damage from the Rise. Gets the kill there onto the Orianna, but there's too many members there of HK to get away with more. There's a 3v1.
I think they just rooted the clone accidentally of Moldrifter, and so unable to get to make their escape, but 25 minutes in and they're taking mid-tier 3. I mean, HK has seized control of this game with an iron grip and has not let it slip once. And right now, I think Fart Esports, wow, Nunu is going in.
Rolling in.
But I think Fart Esports still has a chance in this game. I think that their only route in is another miracle steal from Dodo Bobby and winning a team fight. And I think that that's, if they can pull those conditions off around this Dragon Soul in 2 minutes, they might have a chance within this game still. But that chance is continuing to grow ever slimmer. I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, 8-1 Darius, 7-0 Wukong, 3-0 Vayne, 2 items, 3 items, 3 items.
Oh, the Cyclone is good. Managing to find the backline here. Lavender is here as well. The final hour has been popped, and it may be spelling doom for the side of Fart Esports. Don't raise GG. Does want to kill this Vayne, though. Takes them to the death realm, and they do get the kill there. Vayne is down, but unfortunately, Moldrifter gets the kill on a Nunu, and then also the double onto Mordekaiser instead. There's nothing they can do. HK pushing back. Might get one of ours, but we'll take 2 of yours in return. 36 Sweaters here on the top side, trying to push for this top tier too, but HK is in their base.
Yeah, and they
look
might
like they're
look
going
to
for the GG.
end mid. Lavender maybe a bit overeager, got separated from Noablo 96 on the Soraka, but I don't think it mattered in that fight. They did their job, baited the attention where it needed to go, and
Is this
now
the game?
this might be the game.
Oh, manages to get onto the backside. 36 Sweaters just absolutely obliterating the members of HK, though. I don't think it's going to be game. The triple kill from the Rise comes in. The Noxian Guillotine is not enough. Moldrifter, the last one alive, does get the kill. But Dodo, it's down to the junglers. Jungle versus jungle. The GA has been popped. Don't raise GG has respawned.
Someone called a foul. He called in the top laner. Not fair, not fair.
Moldrifter goes back in. They want more, and there it goes. The shutdown goes to the Mordekaiser. What an intense battle. It really looked like the end of the game there. But I think, honestly, I think you're right. If Lavender, it was just 2 steps too far ahead, managed to get yoinked to the death realm. And I think that's what meant that Fart Esports could save the game. They do not have Nexus turrets. And it's so dire right now. But 36 Sweaters is up in 9 seconds. And the damage coming out of this Rise is absolutely incredible. And I think that they can still win this game, like you said, because HK did not have a very good team fight. It's been a little sloppy these past couple fights. All Fart Esports need is one kind of bad engage, and that's it.
Yeah,
No hablo.
Attempting to take control here around Dragon.
I think if you're HK, you just play it out. You're patient.
Oh, they find Coke Monkey, and that's it. Gets yoinked, and there's the Noxian Guillotine. Tempo Melon slays Coke Monkey. The Rel is out of the picture, and that's a lot of CC from the side of Far Esports that they really need. Dragon may be theirs. It does look like Far Esports, they may be laying in wait here. Oh, looks like everyone's a little suspicious.
I don't even know if this is like a good steal or not. To be honest.
Nunu comes in, Tempo Melon, they did clock it. Tempo Melon manages to body block, and they're chasing down the Rise now. Never mind, the Rise is too fast, but they do pick up the Dragon there.
Go Baron.
Tempo Melon just,
Yeah, okay,
just incredible. Holy cow.
Yeah, no need to overcomplicate it here. HK gonna click the Baron. They're gonna base as a team. They're gonna open with their items, and I think right now HK's goal is look to end. No reason to stall this game any longer. Their Darius is at the strongest point in her game. Wukong is a beast. And even the other members that potentially didn't get as much gold directly diverted to them with the amount of kills they have are still nothing to scoff at. 2-item Orianna with those 2 items is going to be dealing a hell of a lot of damage. And
they're not even back.
Lavender on the Vayne, they might not even base. They're just going to push it in mid. Baron buffed up siege minions, and this is a 5v5 fight looking right here.
Yeah, don't really have a wave, but they don't really need it. The Nexus towers are respawning, though. They do have to be a bit careful about that. Coke Monkey's going to look for a flank here. Never mind. They decided not to. Nunu, though, is coming in fast with the ball. Doesn't manage to land it. Moldrifter wanted this Nunu out of the picture. Oh, the root lands on top of Mordekaiser. I think it was from the Soraka. 36 sweaters here taking so much damage from Lavender. They have turned their attention here to Coke Monkey. The Magnet Storm lands. It was good on to 4, but it's not going to be enough. Temple Melon's on a rampage with the Noxian Guillotine double kill onto the Tristana. 36 sweaters is all that was left standing between them and victory. And I think that's going to be it. They have the wave. They're going to get the inhibitor, and I think this might be game.
Yeah, and that looks to be the game here. HK taking it 2-1 fashion. The series overall in our first week of Risen Esports. And with the way these games went and how exciting and close they were, this is looking to be a particularly exciting season. But let's get into the breakdown of this game. So overall, obviously, the standout player, Mole Drifter, was fantastic in this game. 12, 1, and 13 on the Wukong. Gold per minute, 516, 15,000 overall gold, and almost 30,000 damage. That Wukong became a beast and was unstoppable in so many of these fights. And I want to give props to Muldrifter for this fight, or for this game. They really took control of the game and proved why they are rated one of the best junglers in team builders overall right now.
Absolutely. I think we have heard from production. We're going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to have a very special interview here after a short moment. So don't go anywhere. I think you're going to want to listen to this one. Welcome back, everyone. We are joined by not only one of the winners, but also one of the sad, unfortunate losers today. We are joined by Muldrifter and Coke Monkey here on the interview desk. Thanks for joining us, both of y'all. First of all, what an incredible series. What an absolute banger way to start Doran's season. And I, for one, am super excited to see more of the season, but we're going to go ahead and get into it a little bit. So I know Mulder, you're coming back with most of the same team. There's a little bit of change there in the bot lane. What are you looking forward to this split with, are you going for a run back? Are you going straight to finals? What are you kind of looking forward to?
I always say this every time. I'm just looking to get games in with my friends. The HK group has been together since 2016, so as long as we're having fun and playing video games, I'm happy.
And what about you, Coke Monkey? It seems like Fart Esports, despite a loss here in week 1, some fantastic games and a fantastic win there in game 2. Is there anything you guys are looking forward to in this Doran split?
Honestly, I'm just kind of along for the ride, right? For esports, it's kind of the other 4 guys that are kind of friends IRL and whatnot. So they kind of needed someone to step in, and I was like, hey, I want to play Doran's. Like, I missed it last season. I didn't get to play, and I thought, well, why not? So kind of joined up with them, and I mean, they're a ton of fun. So definitely looking forward to playing more games with them.
All right, Majesty, I know that you said that you had a question. Would you like to ask?
Yeah, for Coke Monkey, game 2, you're staring down a 1-0, and the Senna. What was I wanna know the motivation around that pick, you know? Mayo made a point of getting me to highlight it on the desk here, that you had a 29% win rate on the Senna. So I wanna know if,
Did
you
not
know,
feel
I
like
wanna
it.
know what the conditions were in the voice call when that pick was locked.
Okay, I guess if that showed up on stream, I am glad that I guess my team didn't catch it or something, because maybe they would have told me, nope, you are not picking this. But so we just really thought that it was kind of a champ that Lavender might play. We were kind of checking, scouting and whatnot, and we just thought it's kind of looking good here because we kind of needed damage. Um, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Sorry, we're getting a zoom from production onto your Senna play right now while you're telling us about it.
oh,
Oh
okay,
my
yeah,
god.
yeah, just definitely needed a bit of damage in our comp, and I was just kind of confident in how I could match up with Seraphine, and
Mhm.
I was kind of gonna have free reign of the lane regardless of what the ADC was. It was Sivir. I think that worked out really well for us, and I could kind of just sit between their minions and hit them. So yeah, that was really good. That was fun. The most fun
Yeah.
game, I'd say.
Oh, really
Helps
though.
when you win, right?
It sure is,
Um,
but yeah.
Thank you, Mayo, for the shout out there, the zoom in live on stream. I'm gonna toss Radicus if you have any questions for anyone.
Yeah, I actually do have a question for Moldrifter. Like, how much did you guys learn from last season? And like, are any of those lessons coming into play for this season? Because like I got to play against your team last season and you guys were really, really good. So I'm kind of curious, like, where did you guys find any space for improvements?
Mostly through just grinding solo queue. I think in particular, Twinkie has put in a lot of work, just making sure that her mechanics are up to par because she, I think, has a unique capability that not many players of her skill level have, which is that she is one very aggressive, but two, like, is just finding like solo kills in lane that I like on champions that she's comfortable on that I just like don't think other people can see.
Oh, that's interesting. Like I definitely think that your team dynamic is one that is built to be successful. And I think you guys have a really good shot of being one of the strongest teams in the league. Which transitions to my next point. Like Coke Monkey, you guys put on like a hell of a performance against what I consider to be one of the
Yeah.
strongest teams. Like because even their 2 wins weren't just like complete 20-minute stomps. Like you guys looked really good in moments of those games. And I know you said it's like mostly going to be kind of a for fun with friend stacks, but does that give you guys any kind of confidence going forward?
Yeah, honestly, I think despite the result, and we won second place this tonight, but I think it was it's really promising for us to see that we took HK to a 3, and honestly, they're going to be one of the better teams in Dorans is kind of my read. So, I think some wins are coming.
Last
Absolutely.
question. Last question for both of you. Just like really, really quick questions. Um, do you guys have a team you're least looking forward to playing? You don't have to say why. You can just say like, "Hey, I don't want to play this team. I'm not looking forward to it."
Um, well, thankfully KND isn't on our schedule, so I would say them. But otherwise, the GGL, I think, or no, sorry, not GGL, sorry, LLQ, I think is like a pretty strong team. We do have them on our schedule, and they're disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
What about you, Cook Monkey?
Um, I personally, I think I'm not looking forward to facing GGL. Actually, I think that's the team with the like the Briar mid player and all this kind of weird stuff and Yasuo's and stuff. Like just kind of the champs you don't want to face, and
Yeah.
you can't ban them all, and we're gonna have
Yeah.
to see how we deal with that. So it's gonna be interesting.
Hit me up. I got some strategies for you.
Oh, all right, yeah. Afterwards, I got you.
Yeah, I got you with some secret tech.
Eight.
All right. Well, that's all for me.
All right. Well, to wrap it up here, I mean, both of y'all are on the content teams and are definitely I don't are you technically staff? I don't actually know what the line for that is.
Yeah, we're
I
both staff.
vaguely You're both staff, yes. So first of all, thank you for being huge contributors to all of the awesome things that happen in Teambuilder, both for Dorans and also other things. So huge round of applause to both of you because you're both awesome. But are there any things you can let us know about that we should keep an eye out for from the content perspective or from your teams moving forward? We'll start with you, Muldrifter. Anything to keep our eyes out for?
Well, for the content, I mean, we're like a train that like cannot be stopped. I think we're gonna be dropping the content like week after week. There's no stopping us. But for our team, uh, I think that if you don't have Tempo as your best top laner in the league right now, I think you're trolling. I'm gonna be honest here.
I
She was
wouldn't
a strong
necessarily disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a strong contender last season too, and last season was full of monsters. So like, I
Yeah.
can firmly understand that.
What about you, Coke Monkey? Anything you
Yeah,
can let us know about for your team or otherwise?
in terms of the content, yeah. I guess I just kind of go along with Drifter and be like, yeah, we're working on a lot of stuff, and I think a new podcast will come at some point near when we kind of get closer to playoffs and whatever. So keep an eye out for that. And in terms of our team, I've been listening to these guys, the champions that they could play. I there's some really funky stuff in there that I'm kind of excited to see. So I mean, just keep an eye out for some kind of less conventional things. I mean, I'm sure some we're seeing today already with in game two, but not gonna leak anything. But
The
eyes
silent
open.
but deadly. I see. Yes.
Leak me a DMs, Coke Bucky. We already played, so no shame there.
Yeah, and I'm sure no one else is watching, right?
True.
Definitely not.
All right. Well, on that note, I want to say again, thank you both for joining, for being such awesome community members. And we're so thankful to have you here. There could not be a better way to start week one of Doran's. But I think we are going to end it here. I've been Bexon, joined by Radicus, the Majesty, and of course, Mayo. And we would like to thank you for being here. Make sure you stay tuned because there's so much more risen throughout this week. Tomorrow, I believe, is Bommies and Magi's. And then Wednesday is the first stream of Franchise League, if I remember correctly. There's second week two. I don't know anything at all, but there's so much more risen to be had. So be sure to stay tuned. Follow us on whatever socials we have, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.